Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo-yay. They call me a drugstore cowboy, 'cause I'm jerking sodas all day. But I'm reading books on how to catch crooks, so I'll be a sheriff someday. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo-yay. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo-yay.
Letter, special delivery.
Yippee!
Hot diggity dog. You big rat.
Sarsaparilla.
Yes, partner. Here you are.
Come here, you Get over here! Come on, back up! Come on, back up, you critter! Dog! Dig 'em up!
Drink hearty.
drugstore cowboy, 'cause I'm jerking sodas all day. But my horseman Miller is a killer diller at chasing crooks away. Yippee-yi-yi, 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 yippee-yi-yi.
I have a seasonal question that I apologize for in advance, but will the president be pardoning turkeys this year?
Oh, wow.
A lot of people have asked me. I'm now asking you.
I mean, it is a regular tradition.
Still a stupid.
It's such a fine line between stupid and clever. Yeah, it's just like...
Whoa! What's up, cyberspace? You got cyber fanbots everywhere. America, Americans, and Odysseans. I salute you all because we're endeavoring we're embarking on a new journey, a journey into what we call this, where I'm at, what we call crazy shit. I just no other way I can describe it. This country done lost its mind, and it ain't coming back.
Right.
Mr. Cheerful, at your service. Sorry, Prostate. It's Friday night, you know what means? Time for the CREEM STREEM. And keeping everybody on their toes. We're -1 BECCA. And I told her she couldn't get to sleep to join us anyway. So, predict she will show up. Just a prediction. I don't know. I'll probably be wrong. I'm wrong often. But we got a full house anyway. Roasted is back with us as a show fixture. So it's good to see you there, brother. Everybody has hit Spittle Buggies with the happy birthday.
Yeah,
right.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Spittle.
That's right.
Happy birthday.
None of us sing like Kira Dan, but we send you. You know what? I want to do you a favor by not singing. So happy birthday! All right, and so everybody's week into focus, starting with A for ASHERELLA. How you doing, ma'am?
I am doing okay. How are you doing?
Groovy.
Great.
It's a good day.
I am alive, and that's great.
Indeed. Yeah. Anytime, it's we're on the right side of the dirt this morning. Woke
Absolutely.
Up. Right on. Well, Siobhan, how's your week been?
Yeah, pretty good. Hi everybody. This trial, oh my god.
Oh.
But I won't get into it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have options.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be covering
We're
it.
definitely going to talk a lot about it, as a matter of fact.
All right. I'll say it then.
Cool. Roasted?
Hello.
How's your week been, brother?
Oh, been freaking awesome.
It's good, man. It's like, all right, so roasted is like the stats and the straight man on this deal, and we've been missing him for quite a while now, and it's good to have him back on solid ground in a house with no black mold, and feeling good.
True.
Yes, congrats, and it's good to have you back.
A house with no black mold and hardwood floors all the way through it now. It's
Nice.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And an upgraded internet, because when I got back in, we discovered that our cable modem was too old to bring up to date again. It just wouldn't work anymore. And so now I've got great internet and just an awesome week this week, and glad to be back.
Nice. Well, good, man. It's good to have you. Like I said, we've been missing you, man. Because sometimes we need that little tidbit of like info that you got, dude, right at the top of your head, and that's what I love about you, man. It's you're on it. You're on it, and I appreciate that big time. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
You're Velcro, my friend. Yeah, turn you back just a little bit. But that mic sounded good. What's everybody else? Trippy? Whoa, ho, hey, Mr. Trippy Poop.
I was putting something in somewhere in a hole and couldn't get to the button in time. But I'm here now. I heard you say what
you were putting what in a hole?
I was putting something in the hole. You know, just
The less I know, the better off I think I'll be.
See, you know the show group chat. I put something in there. It's something you don't need to play it on stream. I just put it in there though. Don't be playing it on stream, but it should give everybody a little chuckle. It did me. I mean, I could play it on here if you want after you listen to it. You give me the okay, and I'll do it. But you don't have to. We could just sit here and do our cream stream.
Have you got it queued up in your sound pad?
I think I do.
How long is it?
Oh, God. Sorry.
You know you do.
You listen to it.
I haven't heard it yet.
I think.
Oh, no, it's too long, man. It's like, it's two
It's
versions.
19 seconds. I've got, what, 19 seconds?
I mean, I can't do it, but it's drama, so.
Oh, drama.
Oh, drama.
Yeah, well.
I think the guy's gotten hit in the head with a hammer one too many times. It's pretty slow.
No drama.
Why does he
There you
talk
go.
so low?
Exactly. That's what's
like-
boosted. But anyways, back to the show. Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack it so bad.
That's usually what I do, is sidetrack everybody.
Bubonics
Right.
out there. James
Hey,
Cowley,
Bubonic. What up, man?
Nil and Roasted, of course, and Spittle. Happy birthday again. I just started going through the chat. Mason Mulpus and Ryan Walters and
James Colley, man. What up, man?
Mhm.
Colleen Bernier.
Jogging wall. Hacky sacking.
I'm saying it like I'm from Alabama. It's
Bernier.
Colleen Bernier.
Bernier, eh?
Bubonic for you, Mr. Scott. Spittle Buggies.
Is it Colleen Byrne? Yay.
Yep, same
I know how I'm
lady.
doing it. Right.
Yeah,
Same lady.
Obsession with
Oh.
having a tight pussy and tightening our pussy.
Oh, God.
God damn it.
That
You're
girl.
what?
Tribby.
I still don't say what?
Hey, white
She's
boy,
got a obsession.
5187, and
white boy.
somebody else is jogging while hacky sacking.
Yeah, Joggy Wall, hacking second. Hacky second. I want to
Yeah.
say hacking sack. For some
DCG.
reason.
What up, everybody?
Zuka.
Tater Raider. I see you there.
Nacho Thomas.
That's right.
Nacho Thomas just says spoon.
Spoon.
He's a huge Tick fan.
Dwee, da, 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 dwee, da.
Boom, ka-ta-ba-ka-ba-ka, boom. Ah, boom, boom, ba.
A couple of months ago, I found out that I was able to suck my own dick.
What?
Who was that?
This is just
Bonnie
chat.
Bunny taco.
I do like sucking dick.
Let's go. You don't have any of me yet.
Yeah.
I love having dicks in my mouth.
I'm insulted a little.
No, I don't yet, but I could. It wouldn't be too hard. I could do it.
No, it'd be pretty
while I was
easy.
live.
That's like me giving you a hand job.
It is.
Yes, just like that.
When did Becca show up?
Was completely overshadowed by the feeling of having a penis in my mouth.
What?
I mean, I could
Yeah.
explain it.
No,
What?
don't.
Sucking your own dick doesn't feel good.
He was talking about, or no, he was reading a post by somebody who could do self-fellatio.
Yeah, it was one of those Reddit
Isn't that real though?
bullshit posts. Yeah, I don't think it was
Oh,
real.
that's how you really get somebody. You can just have them read something, and then you're like ready to record
tell him to
everything.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like it would be like something. It's like a low rent version of something that Wang would do, Justin Wang, right? You know, where he does his internet lore stuff, right? About the Reddit cum box.
Oh,
Y'all heard that one? Yeah, where a dude like jacked off in a in a shoebox.
No, I would
and let it dry for like over a couple of years or some shit.
Dude.
Man, roasted you, man. I swear to God, Justin Wang, all that shit you remember like from the internet, you know. All those,
yeah.
Yeah, he gets into all that kind of stuff. It's funny. It's really interesting and funny as hell, man. But yeah, the cum
So
box.
somebody
was like,
else finds that box and thinks that they found some weird experiment in varnishing.
I can't remember what he did with. I think he set it on fire or something in his backyard.
Oh God, that must have stunk. Nasty.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of just other crazy shit. Yeah, but so WHANG exclamation is the channel. Look him up on there. Justin Wang. I recommend his stuff.
Hell yeah.
His content. It's consistent. Yeah, he's a fucking beast of a shredder too. He can play that metal, like metallically metal. That's
I know
bad.
Pickle knows the name of his band.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. You know me. I got CRS disease. Can't remember shit. Yeah. All right.
CRS. My mom says that a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. DT's
There
out.
goes Tater with the tool. One more time, we start talking about bands, and he's like, "Tool, no question," immediately.
Yeah,
I'm
super into Tool.
Are we? Wait, we're
Jesus.
talking about
Talk about
having
Tool.
ribs removed because that was Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
just
was
said that.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that rumor.
I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but
Yeah, I think that's probably one of those like lore, like somebody.
Holy shit! What is that?
If I was Marilyn Manson, I would have been like, I didn't have to have ribs removed to do that. That's how I would have left it. Like I never would have commented.
Right.
If I was Marilyn Manson, I would have said, "I don't even have to bend over to do that." It
If
just
you're
reaches.
Marilyn Manson, you got all kinds of people wanting to suck your dick, so it's not an issue anyway.
Mask, no mask. Mask, no mask. Mask, no mask.
I was gonna say, like, if you want to get with someone with you want to get with Marilyn Manson, you have to be freaky and be okay with that,
Right?
And like, you know what you're getting into, okay, lady? Whatever.
Rose McGowan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, and it's like Rose McGowan is not even one that has said she wasn't the one that came out against Manson. It was Rachel Evan Wood.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying he was with her. He was
Oh,
with
like-
her.
Rose
they
McGowan.
dated.
Okay, and I don't know. I'm gonna get a little controversial here, but like, okay, so I am all like, you know, there like as a woman, I worked in like service industry, bartender, that kind of thing. Like, you know, I've been sexually harassed, like all through my college years and stuff like that. But and like, I mean, it happens, and like, I am not like affected by it later on. But you know, like drunk people, whatever, and like, you know, people are manipulated into doing things they don't want to do. But the whole Me Too thing, whenever like it came out, Rose McGowan was like, you know, she was one of the like main like celebrities that spoke out against like Weinstein, and she dated Marilyn Manson for like a long time. They were engaged, and she never made any accusations against him. And then this other chick, Rachel Evan Wood, comes out and says this stuff, and I'm just thinking, like, if he was like sexually oppressive in that way and like forceful in that way, then like, don't you think Rose would have like probably experienced that too and like said something as well?
You would think so, yeah.
You know, I don't know.
It's pretty simple. I mean, you teach your kids from a young age, like, don't let people do things to you that you don't want them to.
Right.
And don't do things to people that they don't want you done to them. Like, it's pretty simple. Let's just do that, please.
I don't, victim blame, but I just seem like, I don't know. I'm not, my feelings regarding that whole situation with Manson, it's like, I don't know, like, who's dated a lot of other celebrities.
Yeah. We're going from encouraging people to speak up about situations that happen. We've gone straight past the point where people are coming forward with this information, and we've gone on to an ugly Perkins. Let me try that again. An ugly person spoke to me. So,
I felt that end. I felt like I was harassed.
James Colley in the chat said, "It's only harassment if you don't like it."
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean,
if you like it in the moment, but then don't like it later, or like don't like that person that did it to you later, it doesn't mean it's harassment,
How many dudes can do this? Like, they woke up drunk the next morning, like,
I
oh
didn't want to
shit,
bang that big bitch.
what did I do?
Come on.
Right. Trippy's like,
we've
that's
got
my
the
whole
whole
love
phrase
life.
about Coyote Ugly. You know?
Oh, now they're getting in a fight about Tool. Hold on now. Hold on, fam.
Uh-oh.
Not so fast. I think that to this modern generation, right, to even maybe like say Generation X, that Tool is the Led Zeppelin equivalent. I think they're that talented, and I think they're that prolific, and that every album is consistently good. It's just like Zeppelin, and I'll stand by that. But hey, to each his own. I also like Johnny Cash, so
hell yeah.
Now Johnny Cash, yes, definitely so. That guy had some talent.
Yes, this man.
You've got to have some talent to sing a song, and by the time you're done, Trent Reznor says, "That's your song now." In tears, says, "That's your song now."
Oh yeah, it's so many people. It's crazy how many people think that like that song was like 9 Inch Nails covering Johnny Cash, and I have to be like, no, sorry,
No.
that's
It's
not
vice versa, right?
Yep.
Exactly. Our teacher, what the hell was he teaching? Because he taught like 2 different classes back in high school. Oh, it was econ. We were in the middle of econ, and he had just learned earlier that day that Johnny Cash passed away, and he was like, I have to have you guys listen to something. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna play this video at the end of the class. You guys don't have to do any work. And he played Hurt. And, a lot of people were like, I didn't even know Johnny Cash did this song, because a lot of people in the class were, acquainted with 9 Inch Nails. And yeah, Mr. Retzer played it like 4 times. I had a buddy standing outside the class, and when I come out, he goes, I thought he was torturing you guys with that song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, you just don't know. There's other shit out there besides fucking Lil Jon. I mean, Lil Jon was pretty popular back then, so.
Yeah.
What did he do? Do y'all remember the Dave Chappelle, like when he would do?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what Lil Jon did.
Yeah.
Like, that's his thing.
Yeah.
His mom died of complications due to diabetes. And ever since then, Lil Jon actually donates huge sums of money that he gets from concerts and CDs and stuff. He donates it to the diabetes research.
Builds like skate parks and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa. Gotcha. And he donates a bunch of money to diabetes research because he's like, I guess he was on tour when his mom passed away, so he didn't get the chance to come see her.
Aww.
And it was real sudden. Nah, I'm good. I don't do that too often.
Sorry.
Don't want to get hair all over my
I was
hand.
muted to the people on the other side of the screen, but
Rubbing a nipple.
I was asking Trippy to rub his nipples and it was cracking me up.
Nah, I don't want to get hair on my hands, man.
I feel you. I feel you, man. I feel you. All right, shit.
Like just one long hair, you know? And like sometimes I gotta tuck at my sock, and it's like damn nipple hair.
Yeah. Well, demon
What?
training.
Please, for the love of God, somebody make the DT go away.
I know.
It doesn't have to be a big donation, 50 cents, a buck. That it doesn't.
Yes, demon training.
We'll make sure that Irate takes him off the screen. Just toss a shekel or two. Come on, guys. You know you want to.
Exactly. You guys drop fucking money. Demon training.
Go hostage.
Go back to the cave. And I hiccuped. Excuse me. But yeah, make her go back to the cave.
Yes.
Of those mushrooms that she has on her head.
Corpse mushroom.
Corpse mushrooms.
Oh my gosh. The bleeding tooth. Mushroom.
The bleeding tooth?
But yeah, the bleeding tooth mushrooms that we looked at last week.
Wow. That just reminded me of some kind of like weird sweet snack. Like it looked like a thing of marshmallow.
Yeah.
There you
Just
go.
filled with
Thank
strawberries.
you, Rock Pit
Hey,
Knowledge.
Rock Pit Knowledge, thank you so much. $5 here.
He said, "Oh, hey!" before he did
Thank
it.
you.
Take
Sorry,
it.
it's not extortion. You wanted me to do this, right?
Well, I mean, it's not like they're gonna get shot by demon training.
Well,
Well,
let's let us unleash the archangels to cleanse
I was gonna say
you.
I
You.
thought I had tipped 5 through Streamelements. If it doesn't go through, let me know.
Okay, there's no thing for it yet. So
Okay, we'll give it a minute, and then if not, I'll do it again.
well, but you don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, I know. I know. I want to.
Well, now we're in the room of hate. We got the blasting.
Bubonic's in the chat. He says, "Tool fight. I'm in. Best band of my generation. Fire me." And then he said,
Fight me.
Best?
Bubonic Tater is definitely on Team Tool.
Yeah.
I think they got some talent, but I like me some Led Zeppelin and some Rush and Queen. Oh my God, the harmonics on Queen just amazing.
That's like a
Yeah, they're
different
really
generation
great.
of music, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a
well,
music fan.
I'm a
so
different
like-
generation of person.
I am a Smashing Pumpkins girl.
Yeah, we know.
Who doesn't know? If you know any, if you know one thing about me, it's that my favorite band is the Smashing Pumpkins. If you know anything about me, it's that my favorite band is the Smashing Pumpkins.
Not Alice in Chains or
No, the Smashing
I think you like
Not-
the
not
Smashing
Soundgarden or
Pumpkins as much as
Pearl
I like
Jam?
SpongeBob.
Yeah, right. I love it.
Ash
I think.
just really likes that song about tiptoeing through the tulips.
What?
That's Ash's favorite
Tiny
song.
Tim.
Yeah,
Despite
that's
all
her
my
favorite.
rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
That is called Bullet Butterfly Wings.
That's a good song, man. Actually.
Yeah, they're all amazing. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I do love the Smashing Pumpkins though.
Yeah, Taterator has it. Progressive politics, no, but progressive music, yes. Check.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, can we just pretend like bands and actors don't have any political views, please? Can we just appreciate their art?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw a thing talking about how Gene Simmons said that people that haven't taken the vaccine are very selfish.
See, can we just
See, I think it's irresponsible for politicians or not politicians, but like musicians and celebrities to use their status in that way to influence political opinion when it's uneducated,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there are some that, really take it seriously, and
Bill Gates.
do have some like, do have some like researched and like like intelligent like outlook and things to say. But like there are so many like musicians, actors, things like that. It's just like almost trendy to like use your pull in that way to like get involved. And it's like when it comes to like voter registration and shit like that, by all means. But when it's like, candidate endorsement and things like that, I think it is like irresponsible, because like not everybody that's going out and like, like endorsing or, speaking on behalf of some of these candidates really even like, no, they're like choosing the side they want to be most associated with, or like
I don't know if it really helps them or hurts them.
I think for
Notice
some
how
people
they're all
it
lefties.
does.
They're all lefties.
Yeah, see, usually
Usually
that is the
for their
case.
careers.
Yeah,
That's it. Just beneficial, so they repeat the same bullshit that they hear from the people who are popular with it, and they're like, "Oh no, yeah, we could feed the whole world for a couple bucks."
I saw this thing.
Go ahead.
It was like back, like, okay, MTV, I don't know if they still do it because God knows what MTV does anymore, but they had like Rock the Vote where like during like, especially during like presidential campaign years, they would do this whole voter registration drive, and it was Rock the Vote, and like they had all these like celebrities and musicians that would endorse it, and like Paris Hilton was one of the people that were like in the Rock the Vote commercials, and it comes out that she's not even registered to vote. Which is probably a good thing, honestly, but like
that's hot.
Like, come on,
that's really funny.
Yeah, right. Like
in the movie a lot.
Jesus.
I like seeing her die in movies. Is what I meant to say. Like House of Wax.
House of Wax.
Yeah, murdered.
Like the one movie she was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
But,
she was in other ones. It's just
did
they're
you
all low
see the
budget.
movie with Hermione, like Emma Watson, where it's based on a true story where this girl like broke into Paris Hilton's house like a bunch of times?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when that bitch got busted, man.
Yeah. Like the girl that plays Hermione in Harry Potter played that girl in the movie that they made about it. It was kind of interesting.
She's just sneaking in to sniff shoes.
Right, Pitt, I'm with you, man. Put on some Sabbath anytime.
Yeah. I was doing that.
Dio, Gilliam, or Ozzy. Any version will do. But I love the Dio. I love the Dio stuff, though. I'm a huge Dio fan. I love his voice.
YouTube doesn't know what to do with me. Like when I hit playlist, it's like Tech Nine, Black Sabbath, the Beatles, and it's like, well, yeah, those go together. And then random shit like what's inside your butthole.
What's inside that butthole? Everybody wants to know.
We were getting ready when I was a young tanker many moons ago. We were getting ready to go down and take a run shooting gunnery, and the songs went from War Pigs to Dancing Queen by ABBA. I won't say that we were a little eclectic in our tastes, but we shot a perfect score listening to Dancing Queen.
That's
nice.
As we shot. So
you guys were all dancing to the beat, like pow pow pow.
The tank commander, the lieutenant, he just was a big ABBA fan. He was absolutely nuts about him. And, I like ABBA too, but I don't know that you can dance. You can jive is exactly the theme song to making 120 millimeter smoothbore cannon go boom.
Pew 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 pew.
Indeed.
If she's not gonna be here, I'm gonna make her be here.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Was that the next track? Oh no, you said
I wonder what's inside your butthole. I wonder what's inside your butthole. Maybe there is astronauts, maybe there is aliens all inside your butthole. I wonder what's inside your butthole. I wonder what's inside your butthole. Maybe there is astronauts, maybe there is aliens all inside your butthole.
There's definitely aliens. It was aliens. There's lots of aliens. So many aliens. I don't know how you keep so many aliens in there.
Only
I got a
45.
theory about this song.
Oh yeah.
I think that the little girl that wrote this, she conflated a black hole with the butthole, right? So when somebody, right, when she
Is
heard,
there a story?
What? So that song came, no, that was a little girl that had wrote a song called "I Wonder What's Inside Your Butthole," and she was playing guitar. It went viral on fucking Twitter and shit, right?
Oh, she went to see
I didn't know.
And then all these different people started doing versions of it, and AP picked up this version with these guys. Version. They did a punk version, they did a country version, they did all these different versions, right?
That's
with the same chord. Yeah, and that is a great. I love the way they do it.
Oh my god! I hope our daughter is that cool.
Yeah,
can write a song like that.
Go viral, and you're like, she's too young to get paid. I got an answer for that. I read.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
Is that where that came from too?
No.
Just a retard. Okay.
Interior crocodile alligator.
What about the? I'm surprised nobody has covered or done an actual musically tracked version of the incest.
Oh jeez.
That's the new.
I wouldn't
too
be
far.
There.
Too far, Ash.
No, do you watch Daywave or AP or anybody like that? They've been playing it constantly.
I do have a question. Are we going to do the 2 minutes, or did we already do the 2 minutes?
We haven't done the 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
All right. So
do we have hate?
All right. So Trippy and hold on, let me read it. Oh shit. Okay. Trippy and Roasted had said they really can't find anything to put 2 minutes I hate together. So that puts it all on ASHERELLA and Shagon.
So
I mean, okay. I think Ash should go first because A.
A is for ASHERELLA? Absolutely.
Yeah, A is for Ash. You always start with your Ash.
3, 2, go.
Okay, so this is kind of a not a little superficial hate, or actually it's not because it goes way deep, right? Okay, I have not had Papa John's pizza in a really long time, and I decided to get Papa John's pizza just yesterday, and going onto their website, trying to order online was not working. It kept redirecting me back to the review order screen. And I was trying to order and pay online. And so I'm like, okay, fuck this. I guess I'm just going to call the store and order in the store. So I call and order in the store, and it's select 1 to place the carryout order, whatever. It goes through this automated menu. So you select that, and you would automatically assume that this is going to take you to the local Papa John's, right? And no. The person that gets on the phone to take my Papa John's order is out of India. Papa John's has outsourced, you can't even call the local Papa John's and place an order. You gotta call overseas, and they put that order in for you. Yes. And I mean, and it's super obvious because at first whenever I started talking to the person, they pronounced the town name wrong, but they had an accent. And I was like, well, maybe it's just some foreign kid working at the Papa John's down the road, right? But then, as I continued to order, yes, it was very okay, so you would
thank you for coming to Papa John's Pizza. My name is Tim.
Yes.
May I help you?
Yes, and of course, and just like with any other outsourced Indian call center, you can hear everybody else, all the other people across the country, ordering Papa John's through a call center in India. And the person was actually, their English was decent enough, we didn't really have too many communication issues. Very thick accents, and the order got placed, and it got placed right, and everything was fine. You know, what I needed to do was accomplished. But I'm just like, dude, are they really outsourcing like the Papa John's ordering? They can't just pay an extra staff person to work at the Papa John's down the road to be like the phone order taker or like the carry out expediter and the person to answer the phone. It's like, I just don't understand. Like, I mean, is there that much money to be saved in sending all of these calls to local Papa John stores, like to India, and not like, you know, keeping it in the local community, giving some teenage kid a job, something like that? And that is it. That's all my hate. I just hate that Papa John's is outsourcing their carry out order. That's it.
Right?
I don't know. Like, I'm probably went over.
You did good. Yeah, you went over, but it's fine.
Okay.
Right? There's there's no penalty for going over.
You're mad at me.
It's all about unburdening ourselves. That's right. All right.
I
so
feel unburdened.
all right, Chigwan, you got something?
You keep saying my name funny.
Chigon.
No, it's okay. I don't really have a lot of hate. I guess just like it'll come.
Bitch about me for 2 minutes saying your name wrong.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to do that.
I can do that. We can do-
I mean, we already like complained about like actors and like. Oh, you know what? I will like hate on LeBron James because like fuck you. That's all. Yeah.
LeBron James.
Just stop.
He didn't die in a helicopter?
No,
that was Kobe.
That was Kobe.
Isn't LeBron? He was. He was the one that was like saying like he was like fucking in Kyle Rittenhouse about like having PTSD.
Well, think about this.
On
Kobe died in
Twitter.
a helicopter in China. Yeah. Conspiracy.
I love you too,
Facebook
Psycho.
Oh,
and give him a wrench, even though he's.
yeah, Neil. I think that was out of love. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
don't,
Neil,
hey,
come on.
don't. No, we love Psycho.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
It's Psycho. Say
Psycho's
Chigon is
modern.
gay again. Okay.
All right, I'm done.
No fighting in the crowd, kids. We will turn this car around, and Ray will give you a spanking.
I think
Bet.
the intention was good.
All right, so here's something that I went through with customer service, but they were Americans this time. It's funny because the cable company, everything else like goes out of the country except for billing shit and sales, right? And so I got I went on the website and looked for we just had service started up and decided to go with like the cable company's streaming package, right? And it was like you get the first month free, and and then that's the way it was sold to me. I got receipts, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I get on with them this week, and the first lady I talked to said, "Well, no problem. You're right. And the only thing I can do is I can give you a credit for $10, right? Because I've been billed for that month, in addition to all of this month, not counting the rest of the days after today, the 12th, the 13th through the 30th or 31st, right? The 30th. So you pay the bill ahead, right? So the bill is for, 2 months of TV, one which is supposed to be free, right? So I get on the phone on Monday, and the lady says, "It's fine, man. We'll fix you up." And I was talking to her. I said, "Man, it was a really deceptive sales tactic because what happened was, you'd get your money back if you quit the service within a 30-day period, is what they said. And that's not the way it was sold to me at all. It was interesting because the first guy that tried to sell me some shit was like an asshole. And I told this person I was talking to, I said, man, it's like, what are they doing with these salespeople, man? It's like, first guy's a dick, and I hung up on his ass because he was just being a prick. And then this lady lied to me, selling me this stuff. And she goes, well, we have had a lot of calls that reflect this type of sales tactic. And I'm like, yeah, it's deceptive as hell, isn't it? And she goes, you're not wrong. And so...
and thank you for admitting that, because now you just admitted liability if I want to file a lawsuit. So let's talk about what I requested you
I
to
recorded
do.
it, trust me.
Good.
Well, I mean, if they're recording it, I can record too. I think it's, there's, an unspoken thing there now.
Depends on the state.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, they do say this is being recorded. So anyway, and then I noticed like yesterday that the credit had not been applied to the account. And so I called back, and then I got some lady that kind of bucked up on me, man, and said, no, you're going to have to pay the whole thing basically. And I'm like, you're full of shit. And I said, I've got all this documented, and I'm going to take. I said, I'll take you some bitches in small claims court over, $100, just because I'll do it.
It's the principle.
Exactly. And she said, well, let me see what I can do. I'll call you back. And she called me back tonight, and she said, guess what? I can get you all their money back, just like the first girl told me. Right. It was really weird, the escalation, because the first lady was so rude. I said, ma'am, I strongly detect the passive-aggressive tone in your voice. And right when I said that, she said, I'll transfer you to my supervisor. And then that's the lady who I dealt with from then on. Dude, so...
Did you get your money back?
Yeah. She called me back today to say that they can do it. That they're gonna, yeah. So, yeah. One for the good guys, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody in the chat's riveted with this shit. It's like, all right.
I once got a nice lady from Texas for tech support. I forgot I don't know if I was calling Comcast or if I was calling Microsoft. I think it was Microsoft. And yeah, she was super fucking nice. I'm surprised she didn't give me her number. But like, she was hinting that she was about to give me her daughters for a second. I'm like, what? Like, she brought up her daughter.
Were you like, what does she look like?
I was like, well, I mean, I said something, and she goes, she's married, but
like that.
You'd probably get along with her.
See, I'm really big on small town companies. Real big fan of that. Even my cable company is kind of a small town company. When I call over there, the tech guy that I get is always the same person. So it's like, oh, hey, Bob. And Bob looks at his line and says, oh, hey, Roast. What's going on now? I don't have internet for some reason. It just died. Okay, let me take a look. Oh yeah, I need to reboot the modem. You should be good now. Oh, thanks, Bob. I love small town service. I really do, because you can usually tell exactly who cares by whether or not it's somebody that you could actually walk in and see. You show up to the company and actually see them standing outside smoking a cigarette on their cigarette break. Love that.
Where I live, if I can go to like a locally owned business, I do it. Like, I go, like, the pharmacy that I use is owned by a local man. Like, he's was from there, went to pharmacy school, came back, opened a pharmacy. And any kind of business like that I can go to, I try to, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
just like,
that's all I had to say. Sorry. Nothing riveting.
Oh All right.
I mean, I don't think people do that a lot, but that's if you can do that,
Yeah, I definitely think that if like you can put money like in your local community like that and locally owned businesses, like you can. I mean, there's no like locally owned grocery stores or anything like that anymore. Like even,
I mean, we
like,
have
small
them.
chain ones. Well, like where I live, I mean, obviously you've got Walmart, but then there are like grocery chains that are like kind of just regional to like the southeast, but they're all like big like corporations still. Like Ingles.
Yeah, we have a different problem. All of our like local grocery stores are like all like ethnic owned.
Oh, well,
very
we
like
have,
specific kind of
like,
food and stuff.
There's like the Mexican grocery store and
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have
Asheville,
one.
they have like
all the
co-ops and
fucking
stuff.
spices are so fucking cheap there.
Actually,
man.
Yeah,
we have like a lot of really cool like small markets.
Yeah,
A
but
ton.
that's where you go
Oh my
for,
god,
like,
you can find the coolest shit.
Yeah.
I bet you. You betcha.
But like we'd have lots of farmers markets and stuff like that.
You
so,
betcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Chicago. You say you betcha, and you did. I was thinking that shit right when you said it.
Are you making fun of me?
No, no, I would not. I love that accent, man. I'm a big fan of Fargo, anyway. But can y'all see the picture on the screen here?
I've got a blank screen.
Is it just black?
It's like black. Yeah.
Why does it do that?
I don't know.
All right, hold on a second. Let me undo it. Disconnect and no, yes. Audio, nope. Could not see. No, it's not about the noise, y'all. Oh my God. Go. Leave. It's like asking me for stuff. All right, let me close this out. And try it one more time. All right. All right. I think I got it set now where everybody can see it. BLC media player? Yep. Very good. Room quality. It wants me to stretch it. Okay, good. Go live.
I don't know. It was kind of funny, like just the way he spoke.
Okay.
Hey, there you are.
You all back now?
Yeah. Did y'all lose me?
We lost
If
you.
anyone can
We
hear
lost
us.
the stream. We lost everything.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything.
Crazed.
We were just like talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, I've got this hooked up. All right. Oh shit. Can you see the guy?
Yeah, lead defense attorney looks like he just pooped his pants.
Yeah. Poop pants. This one out there for Stone Monkey who couldn't join us tonight. He's got work tomorrow. All right. So, all right, I want y'all to listen to this first exchange. This is golden. This sets the whole tone for the takedown that we're going to have in front of us. This trial against, well, not against, it was, it's the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where everybody has a German last name.
For the ones that were objected to relevancy, no.
Well, there was one that I guess there were two that I sustained objection. The remainder will be received. The two big ones. The two big ones, and then the third big one wasn't.
All right, so he's fixing to cross this witness. The guy he's a cameraman. All right.
Even presented, so all the big ones are rejected. Two of the big ones are rejected. One of the big ones was not offered. I'm sure they'll be very happy wherever it goes when they're defined as the big ones. But all of the smaller numbered photographs are received.
And I would ask that they be published to the jury, but Mr. Cross can cross-examine first.
His preference?
That's fine.
Okay.
Mr. De Bruin, you said there was a lot of tension in the room when you met with me and Mr. Binger and Ms. Beasy.
Yes.
Is it fair to say that you were very nervous?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did have you read over your statement, right?
Correct.
And we asked if you knew anything beyond that statement.
Correct.
We didn't ask you to change it.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fired.
So you said we.
Yes, you did. You asked me to change my statement.
That's the end of somebody's career right there.
That's fucking gold, dude.
Mr. Binger and Ms. Beasy.
Yes.
Is it fair to say that you were very nervous?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did have you read over your statement, right?
Correct.
And we asked if you knew anything beyond that statement.
Can you guys hear
Correct.
it?
We didn't ask you to change it.
Oh, it went all black again. Yeah, we couldn't see or hear it there.
Right. You see it now?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Okay. So you said we asked to change it to identify Mr. Zeminski?
Yes. Or if I wanted to change any details to if I remember anything else throughout that night, and to add Joshua Zeminski.
Now, we met for the case against Kyle Rittenhouse, correct?
Correct.
Is it fair to say that most of the discussion involved Mr. Zeminski?
I would say probably half of it.
Because Attorney Binger is prosecuting Mr. Zeminski for arson.
Apparently.
And you took a number of pictures of that perhaps include Mr. Zeminski, correct?
Correct.
So Mr. Binger was verifying if you knew that was Mr. Zeminski and asked you if you saw him in some pictures.
Apparently, and at the time, again, I did not know who Joshua Zeminski was.
Now,
just that I was subpoenaed to be a witness in his trial.
So, why would... So your testimony is that the state, in the case against Kyle Rittenhouse, wanted you to present incriminating evidence against Mr. Zeminski?
I don't know why he asked me that question. I found it odd too.
Is it possible you didn't understand the question?
No, he was pretty clear.
And then you said you went and you hired an attorney?
I did.
How did the meeting end?
What do you mean, how did the meeting end?
I mean, how did our meeting end?
Our meeting or with my attorney?
No, I can't ask about your attorney. I mean our meeting in my office with Mr. Binger and Ms. Beasy.
It ended with Mr. Binger saying that he would be in touch with me in regards to the Zeminski case.
Because we indicated that we would subpoena you for that case.
You did subpoena me for that case.
And that was the absolute end of the meeting?
That I recall.
Do you remember that afterwards you and I spoke about your photography and I complimented your photography? We talked about your photography?
That was in the beginning.
And at the end?
Mostly in the beginning because we were waiting for Mr. Binger to get in the room because, I don't know, Heather maybe her name was?
Best witness ever.
Was in the room and we were just waiting for Mr. Binger to get in the room. Is when you asked me that to be correct.
So we never asked you to put anything in about or change anything about Kyle Rittenhouse?
Not specifically, no.
Because Kyle Rittenhouse, that name doesn't even appear in your statement, does it?
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge.
And so the discussion about changing statements, did we actually ask you to retype your statement out?
No.
So what do you mean we asked you to change it?
I'm assuming there wasn't details, but I'm assuming either add Kyle's name or because I was also showing a video off of a cell phone by Mr. Binger. I don't know what that video or whose video that was, but it was of the shooting. And that's when I was asked if I wanted to add anything else to that statement, and I said no.
And you took that literally, like actually writing out your statement?
Yeah.
You did not take that to mean, is there anything your statement doesn't cover or that we should know?
No.
You said literally we would retype the statement that you checked November 11th.
Well, he didn't say retype it, but he said, do I want to add anything to that? And
This
to
poor guy.
how I interpret that, that's pretty much altering my statement, and I felt uneasy about that.
You added things.
Well, and this tells you that they do this shit a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on now, you know.
Yeah.
90% of court shit is deal making, and you know, and pleas and stuff, and so this is how the sausage is made, people. You know, underhanded shit from the DA. You know, it's just endemic.
This is how the sausage is made. What?
This is how the sausage is made there.
Is that like a thing? Sorry.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that before.
Yeah. Shigon, have you never thought about what goes into sausage?
I mean, okay, I get the joke. I don't think I've heard that before. Okay.
It's like a phrase. Yeah.
Chigon was just like, this is how the sausage is made.
I
We
just
over here
like,
making sausage.
I know
Making
gym mats go
sausage.
into it, right? Gym mats?
Not
Newspaper
gym mats,
and
but
rat.
definitely lips and ears.
Well, I've seen The Simpsons. I know.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and all right. We'll put the trial on hold. But I wanted you to just catch some of that exchange with them. Like, you know, they definitely tried to get them to change the story, obviously, right?
Yeah, sorry, right. I derailed.
No, you're good. No.
you're great.
I wanted to do this actually first anyway, but the fucking VLC's on acid or some shit.
This is my daughter.
Hi.
She's 9. We're about to blind react to something.
Okay.
What does that say? Hold on, dear! What does it say?
That the COVID vaccine for kids is next week should be clear for kids through 5 to 11.
What does that mean for you?
I can go with my friends.
Yeah.
I can finally, go outside, go to stores.
Oh my god.
You could have been doing that
I'm
all
excited.
along.
I'm excited for it.
I thought it was gonna be like in a couple months. No, apparently it's next week.
Why did you have your kid on lockdown this long?
It's a horrible
Psychopath. Yeah.
She's why you need to get
buy into
vaccinated.
the bullshit.
Unless
why you need to
grandma
get
or
vaccinated.
grandpa have
that
some
pisses
sort
me
of medical condition that makes them vulnerable, there
Even
is
the boy in
no
the bubble
point
had a
in
freaking
keeping
bubble.
the whole family on lockdown.
Bonsako raises his head from Dirty Lurkin. Says, I see irate brought the bestest cancer tonight. Lol, child abuse. Indeed, I concur. And so there's some funny shit coming up. So it's
So
like,
finally some good news.
Yeah,
Kids can get
cured
the
AIDS.
vaccine 5 and up starting next week. That's great news. And as soon as these guys can get it too, all bets are off. You anti-vaxxers,
Oh, I hate this
all bets
one.
are off. All bets are off. Yeah.
you notice these mothers are ugly as hell? Just saying.
If I can spread it like unknowingly after that, I'm gonna sneeze on you.
Yeah,
a lot of you.
come up with me.
A lot of
lady,
you.
that's
All bets are
terroristic
off because we're all
threatening,
done.
and that's a
We're all
felony.
done with you. So as soon as these guys can be safe,
You don't
screw
see
the
it?
rest of you.
Yeah,
Nothing
fuck
against
around
some of
and
your
find
kids will
out,
die,
lady.
But I hope they don't. Maybe they'll just take your kids from you.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
yeah, that's terroristic threatening, lady.
I'm gonna.
You can see this now?
Yep.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Yeah, that last one was really, really bad. She really makes me angry.
Oh, I want to infect all of you.
Sorry.
Not yet, man.
Oh, okay. Dexter was being a little ass, man.
Rehash this conversation. Butch women cannot have toxic masculinity.
And honestly, if you think anything otherwise, I kind of think that you're homophobic and don't see butch women as real women because they are masculine. Toxic masculinity isn't just about being masculine and being toxic. Toxic masculinity surrounds the idea that men are benefiting from a system of masculinity. Butch women are directly fighting against the gender roles that toxic masculinity wants women to conform to. And honestly, if you still think that butch women can have toxic masculinity, think of this. What are the traits that you would consider toxic masculinity in butch women? Now put those same exact traits in a feminine woman and tell me that you wouldn't see that as internalized misogyny.
Could you just go down?
Okay. So this is a wedding where Kristen Sinema was one of the guests, right? Y'all know who she is, a senator from Arizona. That all the Democrats were like, yeah.
For an hour. How about it's my daughter's wedding? Just for an hour. Just let her get married, please. This person is not my daughter. My daughter's getting married. Will you tell her that?
Did you invite Senator? Is Senator really here?
No, listen. Tell her that we don't like what she's doing to our country.
How about you invite this woman?
You know what? Tell her.
Totally corrupting the whole country.
Tell her. I don't disagree with any of you people with your point of view and your rights. It's my daughter's wedding.
So throw her out.
Please just go down to the corner for 1 hour. Please. It's my daughter's wedding. Just 1 hour. Could you just
Leave. Senator, leave if you haven't.
Shame.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Dear white women, what the fuck is your purpose,
It
huh?
sounded
What
so bad.
We can back up on this.
Let's
People
let's
being
make
annoying.
it absolutely positively possible that somebody we don't agree with cannot go anywhere or do anything, and we will ruin other people's special occasions just to make sure that they can't participate.
Right.
Check this out.
Dear white women, what the fuck is your purpose, huh? What the fuck is your purpose, huh? What the fuck is your purpose? Other than ruining
Oh,
the
we can't
motherfucking
see
casserole,
it.
what the fuck is your purpose other
I
than
was
voting
wondering.
against your better
Oh, fuck.
Can't see it. Yeah.
God
You can
damn
hear
it.
it fine, but it's not showing us the video.
Also, a reminder, if people are talking in Twitch, it doesn't come up. You know, people on YouTube and Twitch can't see it unless it's on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, and I know Beard's saying stuff, and
Can he see it? He can see it, can he?
he can see on the screen when everyone's like together, but
Well, right now it's
like he's just talking on Twitch. It doesn't come up on YouTube chat, you know. Anyway.
not all.
Dear
the
white
chat is in
women,
the
what the
same
fuck is your purpose, huh?
Yeah,
What the fuck
it's
is your purpose, huh?
annoying.
Oh,
What
look
the
at this
fuck
guy.
is your purpose? Other than ruining the motherfucking casserole, what the fuck is your purpose other than voting against your
Ruining
better
a
interests? What the
casserole.
fuck is your purpose other than running the
that's some
motherfucking
women's
coals
purpose.
with expires coals cash, knowing damn well that shit been expired since 2010? Talking about I want to speak to your manager. I want to buy something for my Timothy. It should be so good.
very
It seems like
specific
every
white
year
women.
white women just keep getting worse. Aren't they getting worse?
She's
If you
talking
look
about
at the
Karen.
electorate, white women continue to vote for Republicans. Every year it keeps going up. It keeps going up. So my question
Most of those
is,
Karens
why the
don't
fuck should
vote
we trust a lily
Republican.
white hoe? White women can't be trusted. Well, no, Kenny, don't be so mean to them. You know, white suburban women are going to
Talking
get
shit
it
about
together.
white
No,
women
you're
and his
not. If
name's
you ain't got
Kenny.
it together then, you ain't going to get it together now. Y'all didn't even vote for your own white sister Hillary. Why the fuck should we trust white women?
Okay.
Hello,
Hey, white
everyone.
sauce.
I'm
Listen
Kelly
to this.
Gadilla. I'm a Caucasian woman with long blonde hair, and I go by she, her. I'm a product marketing lead here
This
at
for blind people?
Microsoft and co-host of the podcast Security Unlocked with this guy.
Yes, that would be me. Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Fillingham. I'm a Caucasian
You're
man
right,
with glasses
Trippy.
and a
That's
beard.
probably what it
I go
is.
by he, him, and I'm a security evangelist here at
Hello and welcome to Microsoft Ignite. We've got a big day ahead and lots in store for you. First, we want to acknowledge that the land where the Microsoft campus is situated was traditionally occupied by the Sammamish, the Duwamish, the Snoqualmie, the Suquamish, the Muckleshoot, the Snohomish, the Tulalip, and other Coast Salish peoples since time immemorial.
I feel like she
A
didn't
people that are
pronounce that right.
still here, continuing to honor
Listen,
and bring to
listen,
light
listen.
their ancient
Listen,
heritage.
listen.
My name is Allison Wines. I'm a senior program manager in our developer tools division. I'm an Asian and white female.
I have a feeling that the people that keep saying that shit aren't 100%
Trippy.
sure
She just said she's an Asian white female.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Asian white female?
Asian
Does
white.
she mean
Okay.
like she has one Asian parent, one white parent?
I don't know.
How come they...
Sorry,
Are there Asian blacks? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're called Blasians.
Or Hoppas, actually.
What if
Capital
we call
Asian.
them Blasians?
Blasians. Wasians.
It's kind of weird that we say white and black, isn't it?
Right?
I mean, we don't say yellow. Sorry.
Yeah.
We just
White
Yeah,
and
you get your ass
Afro.
kicked.
Oh, look at that red over there.
Yeah.
It's too many words, goddammit. It's making
I'm
everything...
sorry,
go ahead
right?
for
I don't want to
long
get us
time.
banned.
Making everything have longer run times and shit.
So recently I was at the salon and my
Too many
awesome
words.
stylist while I was there decided to introduce me to the owner. And this woman was very lovely. She was about a 50-something white woman, really kind, but this woman had box braids all the way to her waist. White woman.
Emma?
So what?
Now correct me if I'm wrong, but like that's appropriation,
No.
right? That's bad. We don't do that. And honestly, like I didn't know what to say. Like what do you say to that? It's not like she was mean or
Nothing.
anything,
Fuck
but she
off.
was clearly.
She can wear her hair however she fucking wants.
Ugh. Black
like
people, you're
her
pretty
right
chilled
now? I go
out
around
because us
and
white people
start
seem
talking
to
about, like,
always have
black
our
women
hands in
who
your
straighten
cookie
their
jar,
hair. I'm
and
like,
you haven't
oh,
slaughtered
that's
us all.
appropriation. You're like,
Thank
shut
you.
the fuck up.
We're dicks.
She doesn't
Oscar
understand
Ascanio has a son who
like-
goes to Miami
Well,
Center
no, she said
Academy.
box braids. I was going to say dreads are natural, but box braids not so much. I don't know. People were braiding their hair thousands of years ago. Doesn't mean they were black. You know? They were just fucking people.
Yeah.
But these people are all segregationists. That's what they really fucking are. They want to sit there and act like,
Blasians.
this is only for this people, and this is only for that.
Madness just
Man,
said
shut the fuck
Blasians in the chat. Sorry, I'd never heard that term before.
Blasians?
Yeah, black
Blasians
Asians,
and
Blasians.
Wasians?
Never heard
Yeah,
that.
we were just saying Blasians a minute ago.
I didn't understand what you were doing. I just see it. Okay.
Listen,
What is like a white Asian? Now we call them Wasians?
Ugh. Black people, you're pretty chilled out because
What's
us white
up,
people seem to always have our hands in your cookie jar, and you haven't slaughtered us all. Thank you. We're dicks.
All right, it's so black.
Oscar Ascanio has a son who goes to Miami Center Academy.
Well, I think it's
Alright,
a family decision, and we should respect, like everybody's privacy.
It is a family decision, but it makes everyone safer because so many people have gotten the vaccinations. Tens of thousands of people are not dying.
There's a lot of people who get the vaccine and it's dying right now.
Nah, that's not true.
So, no, it is true.
No, it's not true.
Fox News says the truth.
Fox News says it's true, but that's definitely not true. It's false. That's the problem.
Fox News is the one that you can get,
Now, let me just tell you, sir. The greatest scientists in the world know that this vaccine is saving lives. So my question for you is,
Fauci is not the best scientist in the world. That's just one opinion,
yeah, you're hearing bad information, sir. But with all due respect, I wish you good health.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
No fucking way. Look at this. $6,100 Milwaukee.
I don't blame them. Cigarettes are expensive as fuck.
Oh my god.
This guy's doing this like he's an employee.
Every single one they're taking.
Just 22% of adults say we're headed in the right direction. A shocking 71% say we're on the wrong track, and that includes a near majority of Democrats who are saying that. President Biden's approval rating stands at a dismal 42% versus 54% who disapprove. Believe it or not, just 2 months ago, Mr. Biden was in positive territory, 49% approving, 48% disapproving. So what's pulling down the president's numbers? Well, look at this set of numbers. Just 37% say he has the ability right now to handle a crisis versus nearly a majority who say he does not. 37% also say he's competent and effective as president. 50% disagree with that description. What's more, Republicans, believe it or not, have double-digit leads in dealing with border security, inflation, crime, national security, the economy, and shockingly, on getting things done.
That's because they've got a demonstrated track record of accomplishing things in those areas, where Biden has a proven track record of getting lost at the end of his own leash.
Yeah. his numbers are the worst they've ever been, and so are the vice presidents. All right, so this lady has got, this is an order of soup. Watch what she does with it.
Oh no.
Elapsed time.
Yeah, I see elapsed time. Is that a mouse thing? There you go. Now we see it. There's no sound to this.
No.
She threw the soup in the woman's face.
Yes.
What a bitch.
Supposedly, she found a piece of plastic in it.
Because the cashier checking her out made the soup and all, you know.
And it was her plastic. It was her plastic.
This is an Australian
having a
commercial.
reaction. You gonna be fine? Hold still.
EpiPen? No.
Wait, what brand EpiPen is that?
I don't know.
Oh, I see. Fuck you.
Medicine.
Medicine? How long is it research for?
I don't know.
What are the stats from Europe?
You could die.
What does Joe Rogan say?
What did Joe Rogan say?
We don't question the science when our life depends on it. So why question it when millions
that
of
was a
lives depend on
little
it?
funny,
Science
but I
has
hate
our
it.
backs.
Right.
Get the vax.
It was painful.
Quit claiming that it's science. God. Science requires that it be falsifiable.
Oh, yes. No.
With respect to aviation safety,
The mayor of
risk
New York,
communication is critical. I saw 5 patients in clinic, 2 of which presented with chest pain, days to weeks after vaccination, and were subsequently diagnosed with pericarditis and worked up to rule out myocarditis. The 3rd pilot had been vaccinated and felt like he was drunk, chronically fatigued within 24 hours after vaccination. The pilot told me he didn't know what to do, so he drank a lot of coffee to try and, quote, wake himself up, and continued to fly until he realized it wasn't going away. After I reported to my command my concerns that in one morning I had to ground 3 out of 3 pilots due to vaccine injuries, the next day my patients were canceled, my charts were pulled for review, and I was told that I would not be seeing acute patients anymore.
My father told me when I was a child,
this is Robert
people
Kennedy's
in
son.
authority lie. And we all, if we are going to continue to live in a democracy, we need to understand that people in authority lie. People in authority will abuse every power that we relinquish to them.
I mean, you have no idea what Mr. Rosenbaum was ever thinking at any point in his life. You have never been inside his head. You never met him before. You don't know.
I've never exchanged words with him, if that's what your question is.
So your interpretation of what he was trying to do or what he was intending to do or anything along those lines is complete guesswork, isn't it?
Well, he said, fuck you, and then he reached for the weapon.
Let's talk about that.
Let's go, Brandon, with Trump laughing.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh my god, I didn't see this one with Trump.
Nice troll.
Oh my
There's a motherfucking dinosaur at the corner.
Get the shit out of that dog, man.
That's awesome.
Hey.
I wish I had to go with that thing that Johnny showed. Listen to this.
Let's go, Brandon. Southwest has a hot mic. Go, Brandon. Use Frank. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
That's funny.
Oh
as
my
hell.
god, that's great.
That was a good one.
That's right. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah. Just something to whet everybody's appetite. You kind of get away from the usual bullshit. As we
I love that.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do, all right, so I'm trying to make it to where I'm trying to figure out what is causing the problem with VOC inside the actual Discord. I'm wondering if it's I'm going to do something, and I'm going to, I can't do that. Okay.
Sometimes you just gotta do it live. You know,
we're going live. Right?
Hey, it's an old school one, man. But I like the escapism, right? That used to be a thing at some point in the past.
We may have had it in the last day or so.
I just want to say I'm happy in the chat seeing how many people are against the something or other medication. That thing.
Look how there's also a
You're not
Shirley
alone.
Clough instead of
Okay.
This is a short one, but it's worth seeing to comment on.
He's gonna be drunk.
I don't know, man. People were saying that she had some kind of stroke or some shit. Listen to what comes out of her mouth.
We may have added in the last day or so. And some of what we added is Senate to the bill, like a hearing. Bernie doesn't like hearing. Excuse me. Bernie loves hearing. Manchin doesn't want hearing in the bill and all that stuff. So some is Senate oriented, and then we had the family medical leave. We figured if they're putting things in, then we can put something in, even if Manchin doesn't like it. So, so we are getting some bird and privilege. I think most of we're getting privilege scrub, because privilege strike is deadly to a bill. Birdable is important. It's you have to take it out, but privilege violation can take you out. So we're again getting that as we go along as well. But when we pass a bill, then they will see it in its aggregate and make some.
Any concern that any of this is quote messaging, because that they have to take some of those things out regardless, no matter what you send over? You said you weren't going to send a messaging bill.
No, we're not sending a messaging bill, but we want to be sure that what we send is not birdable or bird bath or privilege scrub. They're the two exercises we're engaged, bathing exercises we're engaged in, and we're getting good response. There's no bad answer. It is what it is. There's a certain objectivity to it. It is what it is, because whatever it is, this is the greatest monumental, historic piece of legislation that any of us will ever be a part of it.
God. You've got to pass the bill to see what's in it.
Bird privilege roasted. I've only spoken like that like when I was going through a medical emergency.
No shit. It's like none of that. The bird bath. What the fuck is she talking about? I don't know, man.
Figure out the word.
Whatever
she
Nobody
was
knows
trying
what
to
she's
say.
talking about.
Either the bird bath or the privilege scrub.
Privilege scribble. Scrub.
Maybe we ought to be like have a T-shirt that says privilege scrubber.
And then have a bird bath on the back.
Or just have like a sponge or some shit, like one of those sponges with the funny shit on the other side.
Privilege scrubber.
Yeah, privilege scrubber.
Privilege scrubber.
I don't know.
You got a bird privilege that scrubber, and dude,
I'm not high enough
bath.
for this shit. I'm just saying.
Bird bath that privilege scrubber.
Oh,
What the fuck is happening?
All right, guess who came back today to work after being well?
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
Chucky.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah, Chucky.
I have a couple of items for all of you at the top. First, let me say it's great to be back with all of you. Although as a longtime hater of heels, I do miss my slippers, which I'm sure some of the women in this room can agree with. But just to reiterate, I'd intended to go on the trip with the president about 2 weeks ago. I did not go on the trip because I had members of my household who had tested positive for COVID. So out of an abundance of caution, I stayed home. I received 4 negative tests, and then on October 31st, I received a positive test. And I put out that information out of an abundance of transparency. I had not seen the president or had close contact for 5 days given the trip. And when I did see him 5 days prior, we wore masks and we were sitting outside. As I noted noted in my initial statement, and was still the case even after that, I had mild symptoms, primarily fatigue, and I remain incredibly grateful for the vaccine and the impact of the vaccine in keeping me safe and other people in my house safe as well. I also noted in my initial statement that I would be abiding by a 10-day quarantine, which for the math, it started on November 1st, which was the day after I received a positive test. It ended on Wednesday, November 10th, and then yesterday, per White House protocols, I had a negative test, and hence I am here back with all of you today. So I just wanted to outline that at the top. I have a couple of other things. Thank you. We've obviously had a very busy week as it relates to fighting COVID. Our vaccination program for kids ages 5 to 11 hit full strength this week. Vaccines for kids are now available at 20,000 trusted and convenient locations. Our rollout is helping parents to...
I just gotta ask everybody, if you just had COVID, not just, like were exposed to COVID or something like that, you just had COVID and got over it, why the hell is your mask off?
Agreed.
You've actually carried the virus. Why the hell are you taking your mask off?
Well, she had 10 whole
She
tests.
said she tested negative.
She tested negative 4 times, and then she tested positive. And then she had mild symptoms. So she actually had COVID. Her mask does not need to be off. She does not need to be out in front of that
podium.
I'm sorry. No. If
it's so bad,
they
dangerous,
follow the science, but they don't care about, actual science on infectious diseases.
Because they don't know. Yeah, they don't care to. They just want you to do the political thing that they want. And that's it. Do as I say, not as I do.
Can I just say the masks are stupid anyway, up front, like for anybody?
I don't know about you two, but I think you can.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
I mean, if you're bothered by it, why wear a mask? Like, okay, do it. I don't care. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but mask mandates are freaking ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, they've been taught. There's bunch of people that have been pushing these mask mandates, and they've been pushing these vaccine mandates, and they've been pushing this. We're never going to overcome this if y'all don't do exactly what we say. And then she's walking around without a mask right after she got back from COVID. And
I'm okay with throwing the hypocrisy.
She entered the room without a mask.
She tested positive on what? The
November
31st of October?
Yeah, right, the day after, Halloween.
Okay, then it hasn't been 2 full weeks since she tested positive. Why is she even out of her home?
Because politician. It's because, like I said, do as I say, not as I do. It's been like that.
You know what I think? All right, this is just the irate being being an old fuck. I think maybe they were worried about the numbers, and they wanted to see what that Corinne lady with the hyphenated name that did the job this week, the one that was talking about the turkey earlier.
Switch them out and see how the other lady works out.
Yeah, exactly. See if the numbers changed and it's got worse, and then now she's back. That's just my opinion. All right.
She was on the phone with him at a constant rate bitching about not being able to work or some shit.
No, she says, yeah, she talks about people bugging the fuck out of people and stuff.
Months of anxiety into action. On Wednesday, we estimated that nearly 1 million kids have already received their first shot, and 700,000 additional appointments are already scheduled through pharmacies alone. That doesn't obviously track everybody, but that's still a significant progress. And we anticipate many more will be getting vaccinated in the weeks to come. The First Lady visited a children's vaccination site this week in Virginia and is headed to Texas next week to visit another site to help communicate with families, with parents, about the safety and the efficacy of these vaccines. I also wanted to give an update on the success of vaccine requirements. New data show that as vaccination requirements expanded, our vaccination rate also increased. In the past week, we're averaging nearly 300,000 first shots for people ages 12 and older per day. These are new people getting vaccinated. For comparison, in mid-July, before the president began implementing vaccine requirements, we were averaging less than 250,000 first shots per day. It's clear that these requirements, driven by the president's leadership, are getting more people vaccinated, accelerating our path out of the pandemic, saving more lives. The vaccine requirements we put forward are going to continue to accelerate our path out of the pandemic. That's how we see our path forward. On ensuring equity throughout our response, the President's COVID Health Equity Task Force submitted its recommendations to help us build on this progress. Already, we've announced $785 million investment in rescue plan funding to support community-based organizations that are continuing to build vaccine confidence across communities of color, rural areas, and low-income populations. Finally, I would note 99% of schools are open for in-person learning, and we're helping parents get their kids vaccinated, which means now 95% of people in this country are eligible to be vaccinated. Also on Monday, very busy day, have your coffee and spinach or whatever you like for breakfast. On Monday evening, the President will meet virtually with President Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China. The two leaders will discuss ways to responsibly manage the competition between the United States and the PRC, as well as ways to work together where our interests align. Friday, he will.
Yeah, that was like a reference to Popeye, I think, but it was pretty.
Coffee and spinach.
Yeah, whatever you eat for breakfast. What the fuck? Everybody eats spinach for breakfast. I mean, that's not even the British do that shit.
I mean,
they'll
like eggs Florentine is normal.
Yeah, I mean, I like spinach. Sorry.
For breakfast? Is that a pregnancy thing, Shigon? Or
hey, what?
Coffee and spinach.
I'm just asking.
I wanted to say something serious though.
Say it.
Yeah. So what you were saying, Roasted, like, like it's so important that we do call out like their hypocrisy. You know, why do we have to wear masks and you don't? But I also just kind of want to add to that, like, we should focus the conversation more like none of us should actually be forced to wear masks at all and forced to do anything. So I just kind of want to throw that out there.
Shagon's just working on getting that Rage channel deleted.
Oh God, aren't I?
But remember, as the disclaimer says at the bottom of the screen, in the description, always consult your doctor, your personal physician, and follow the CDC and NIH if you want to.
Okay, I got triggered. Yeah, do what your doctor says.
Yeah. No. I think I'm totally with you. All right, I totally agree with everything you say, man.
Pardon the National Thanksgiving Turkey, continuing the transition in a ceremony in the Rose Garden. This is the 74th anniversary of the National Thanksgiving Turkey presentation. We're all very excited to meet the soon-to-be famous turkey and its alternate. Did you know there's always an alternate? Two turkey lives are actually saved.
As it relates to the White House, has the White House determined whether it is safe to hold holiday parties, and will the White House do so this year?
It's going to look a little bit different, Peter, and I don't have anything to outline for you at this point in time, but certainly we expect to celebrate the holiday season, and we'll have more details, I expect, in the coming weeks on that.
So for everybody, when you say it's going to look different, that means there will be holiday parties and they will look different, but you're not going to detail how they'll look different.
We'll have more to convey to all of you about what it will look like, and I just don't have those details at this point in time.
One last question, if I can quickly. Across this country, we've seen this new phenomenon lately, chanted at sporting events and on signs. The phrase is, "Let's go Brandon," a sort of code for a profane slogan attacking President Biden. What does the president make of that?
I don't think he spends much time focused on it or thinking about it.
The president said when he came into office on Inauguration Day, he said he was going to help get rid of the uncivil war in this country. So I guess through that lens right now, does the president think there are things that he can do differently, or how does he react to the stuff he sees out there when it is one of his primary promises or desires to help bring Americans together?
Well, it takes two to move towards a more civil engagement discourse in this country, and the president's going to continue to operate.
It's their fault. Remember that. It's never their fault. It's your fault. That's a good word.
She looks like that. It looks like they gave her extra makeup for this too. Like they tried to hide.
Well, if she had COVID, then she's weak as fuck, probably.
Yeah, they tried to probably hide her.
And she's and she's double vaxxed, y'all.
Yeah, it looks like they rosed up those cheeks as well.
How many people are we hearing that are fully vaxxed, double vaxxed, boosted up, and they're still getting motherfucking COVID? Oh, sorry.
It's here to stay.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of facts we're allowed to say.
We'll say the good facts for the last hour. All right, this is running fast. You know what? We're going to skip her, and we're going to go to. I do want to cover some of the Grosskreutz and Grambo. Who do you want to see first, Grosskreutz or Grambo? Grambo.
For the Rittenhouse trial.
Yes.
Grambo.
I agree with Russell.
Asking you shall receive. All right, and we pop it up to the right at the 10-minute mark is where I want to start it. Okay. Just a little bit.
She could walk out because her boyfriend had to kind of carry her. And when he did that, when he was doing that, did he ever ask you for any assistance in terms of, as it relates to his firearm? Yes. And what did?
Y'all see it?
Can see it, can't hear it.
Neither.
No.
Yeah. Neither
can see
can
it.
see or hear it.
Okay.
Be a dick.
Hold on a second.
Just drop and come back. There he is already.
All right. You see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, sea
He
green.
just asked me to hold on to his gun, and I did.
So he would take it off, if I'm hearing you right, he would take it off, and then while he was working on whoever had walked by and asked for help.
Yes.
And that evening, do you remember seeing the man in the front?
Yes.
Okay, I'm talking about the man with the red shirt on.
Correct.
Okay. Did you know who he was that night?
No.
You didn't know his name?
No.
Okay. Do you remember him from that night?
Adam
Very
Savage
distinctly.
was Buster.
Okay. Can you tell the people on the jury why you remember him?
I remembered seeing him with his red shirt, and the thing that caught me was the green earring. And this was when BLM had just come down in front of us, and there was some other gentlemen that were talking with Ryan. They were talking, things were calm, and I saw him, and it was kind of a back and forth because I had some of the female protesters that were standing in front of me taunting me. So they were doing Black Lives Matter, right? And I just wasn't taking a side. I was just there to protect the business. So I would look and survey and go to them, and I would look and survey, and I would see Rosenbaum standing there. And I saw the plastic bags in his back pocket. I didn't know what it was. And then, can I go on?
Well, is there anything that he had said that evening that you took notice of or would remember?
Yeah, that's the part I was kind of getting to is, I know you guys call him Mr. Yellow Pants, and that's kind of what we called him. He jumped up on the car, and everybody started screaming, get off the car, and Black Lives Matter was screaming, and he was shouting, and Rosenbaum started shouting back at us that he's going to, pardon me, Judge, for saying this and everybody else, but he was going to kill us motherfuckers, motherfucking niggers, and cut our hearts out.
The gentleman on the screen there said that?
Yes, multiple times.
And what was your group's response to that, if any, when he said that?
None. You kind of are frozen at the verbiage and the threats coming out of them. I mean, the whole night was quite shocking, but we didn't really do anything. We just kind of stood there. You have to ignore that.
Was there anything else that you saw him do that you remembered?
Yeah, Yellow Pants was screaming. I saw that. I was going back to the ladies that were taunting me and going back and looking at him. And as I looked at him, I saw his arm go up and like he lobbed something. And then within seconds, my eyes started watering, my nose started watering, I started coughing. I didn't know what a chemical bomb was. I didn't know. All of a sudden, I just heard guys screaming, chemical bomb, chemical bomb. And I just pulled my mask up.
Did you see him specifically throw something?
Yes.
Do you remember what it... Oh, let's get this right. Do you remember what he... I'm not asking that you say he threw a bomb. I'm asking if you know what was in his hand that he threw.
Yeah, he went back and threw like that.
Do you remember what he threw? Meaning, did he throw a... What was it?
I don't recall.
Okay. That evening, did you, while he was in your purview, your sight, did you see Mr. Rittenhouse threaten anyone?
Oh, no.
Did you see him point his gun at anyone?
No.
Was there anyone there that had... I guess, strike that. After you see Rosenbaum, and he does what you say he does, do you see Kyle stay there, or does he leave that location?
It was later in the evening after the police finally moved him down. We were all standing outside because we kind of thought it was over. And then you just heard the ruckus going on down by the gas station. I think it's the Ultimate. And then we heard gunshots. And that's when Kyle and Ryan and Dustin and Lurk, I think his nickname was Lurk or Work.
Okay.
They left.
So, did you see... Well, I'll ask it to you this way. So you heard... Are you telling me that you heard gunshots and then Kyle left?
Yes.
And if you recall, how close in time was that to about 11:50, if you know?
Oh,
I'll ask it to you this way. How close was it in time? You know now that Kyle ended up being chased by Mr. Rosenbaum and shooting.
Oh, that was way before.
Way before.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm asking you is later in the night, was there a time that you were aware that Kyle tried to get back to you?
Oh, yes.
And couldn't?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a while. So we did see him because I was standing right along the wall, so I was like the first person when you came up to the business. So I was standing up front and I was watching because the Bearcats were all right there by the intersection and the gas station was right on the other corner. So he did come back, he had his hands in the air, and he even said, I'm working over at that business over there. I could hear him telling the police that. And they told him, no, turn around, you can't go through, you have to get back. And we were even yelling, let him through, let him through.
Did you see him then turn around and go back?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go back to the Ultimate gas station. It looked like he was going over there, so.
And is that the last time before the shooting that you saw him?
Yeah.
Now, from your location, you don't see what happened with Mr. Rosenbaum, with Mr. Rosenbaum, Mr. Huber, and Mr. Grosskreutz, right?
Yes, correct.
Do you see Kyle after that?
Yes, I do.
When?
I think after everything had happened, he had come
Did you see Kyle?
back
I was
up.
just
I heard
thinking
from
that.
the guy.
I was going to say, see Kyle. See Kyle.
We're going to the same place, Trippy.
On the roof, they're like,
Yeah.
open the door, it's Kyle. So I opened up, because we had to keep the front door locked. I opened up the door, he kind of came running in and kind of fell into me, and there was a chair right there, so he sat down there. I saw him, and I saw him after everything had happened.
How did he look to you?
Totally in shock.
Can you give me some physical descriptors that would make...
Yes, I'm sorry.
Kind of
He was pale, shaking, kind of stuttering, stammering his words. He was sweating.
Do you recall him saying anything?
Yes, he had come in and he looked at me. He said right out that he had shot someone, and he kind of sat down in the chair, and he was looking for his brother. He was asking for his brother Dominic, and he sat down. I remember him pulling his hair back, and he's pulling it back really hard. And just his comment was, "My God, my life might be over." And we're just like, "Okay, calm down."
After he said his life might be over, did anybody ask him anything about the circumstances, about what had happened?
Yeah, Dustin had come in at that time, and Dustin had commented. Dustin was kind of.
I'm gonna check. Fair enough. I don't want to know what Dustin said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll ask it to you this way then. Did Kyle respond to anything that was said?
Yes.
What was that?
That was that he had to.
After he said that, do you know? Did you stay? Did you leave? What happened?
No, he wanted his brother Dominic, and I know Dominic was on the roof. I took his gun. Like I said, he was just shaking, so I took his gun. I ran out back. I set his gun on one of the trucks out back, and then I went up the ladder and I called the guys and I yelled, "Dominic, get down here!" So he came down, and when I came back in, they were talking. And
my last question or two is you had said that you had climbed up a ladder to get up on the roof.
Yeah.
You just said that. Okay. Do you know where those ladders came from?
No, I know we went into business when we first got there, and they were all in the back. So it's like a building, and then it's like a back parking lot that's fenced in. Okay. And in that back fenced-in areas where they have the sheds and all, and Nick went in there and pulled everything out, and that's how the guys have got up on the roof in the back.
During the evening, throughout the evening, was there a period of time that, other than doing medical work, that you saw Kyle doing anything else to kind of assist in the community?
Yeah, actually, me and Kyle ran. Excuse me, we ran. I think it's north. Is it this way up Sheridan? I can't see it. Sorry, my direction is a little off right now.
Something I would do. So are you going this way?
Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm moving that. That would be, the parties will agree. I think
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah. Towards St. James Church.
All right.
So we ran up there because there was they were starting a fire on the plywood doors. They had covered up all the doors, and they actually started, or whatever you call it, fluid, whatever you want to start a fire, they threw it all over that door, and we're trying to start the front door of the church on fire. So me and Kyle had actually run up to that area to try to put the fire out, but people that were running along with the protesters had gone up there and put the fire extinguisher out, and then we just walked back.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ms. Fiedler, that last thing you told us about with the church, neither you nor the defendant actually put out any fire at the church?
No, not at the church, no.
Someone that was with the protesters did that?
I believe they're with the protesters.
You spoke to the FBI on August 31st, 2020. Is that right?
I'm not sure about the date, but yes, I spoke with the FBI.
About 6 days after this all happened?
Yeah, probably, yes.
And you told them that you contacted the defendant's mother the morning after all this happened and told her to be strong. Is that right?
Did he contact his mother? Did you hear that, Trippy?
Yeah.
His mother?
Probably yes.
Are you making fun of her accent?
No, it's the DA. It's
How do you roll a T?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mother. Your mother. Your mother.
Your mother.
Your mother.
Your motherfucker.
People call her my mother.
Also said that after this incident, you had been in contact with the defendant's attorney. Is that right?
No, I read that, and I don't know what he meant by that, because I wasn't. I've never spoke to him.
So you've read your statement to the FBI.
Hey,
Yes.
Deluxe.
That was a statement, that was a summary of what you said
Zuka?
to Special Agent Tim Walther on August 31st, 2020. Is that right?
Yes.
And in that summary, it says that, in addition, Fiedler has been in contact with
Sir,
Rittenhouse's attorney,
Kaz?
John Pierce, regarding the incident, and has provided
Cronin?
information she deems helpful to Rittenhouse's legal defense.
Actually, the only thing I ever sent was any kind of video that I had. That is it, which I didn't have much. I'm not a video person. So as far as verbal communication, no.
Did you provide video to the defendant's attorney?
I might have. I don't know if it was mine personally. I really don't remember because I don't even have it anymore.
But shortly after this incident, whether it was your video or someone else, you gave something to the defendant's attorney to help him. Fair enough?
Yes, I guess yes.
And you don't have that video anymore?
No.
You didn't provide it to the FBI?
That's not true. I gave them everything I had.
You gave them that video?
I gave them everything I had. I showed them my phone. I showed them anything I had.
You gave them text messages?
I gave them everything I had. So when you say that I gave something to the defense attorney, I don't think that that was my video. I think it was probably a video I seen or something I passed along because I didn't take any video.
So it's fair to say that whatever you gave to the defense, you were trying to help the defendant, correct?
Yes, I was trying to help the case, not just the defense.
And you have
innocent until proven guilty, you fucking idiot.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy
this guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But we did want to touch base with Grambo. They're calling this lady Grambo because she said the base the N-word thing. And it was just, is there another section roasted that we need to look at? Is it something toward the end?
I think so.
Yeah. Whoa! Somebody just bought me coffee. Sweet tea. Thanks, Deluxe. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Another one from Deluxe. You're awesome. Ah, made my night right there. I appreciate it.
Do you guys like their accents? Sorry, I just I notice people like make fun of them.
Keep in mind, I grew up in Iowa. There's accents aren't that far away from accents that can be heard very close to where I grew up.
Well, that's where I am. So,
well, it's just a who's who in the chat right now, man. It's like chat's lit up, and I can't respond a lot because I have to take the other chat out. So this VLC's working better, isn't it? And
yes, it is.
Are you seeing a black screen right now?
no, we see it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
check it again, please.
Make sure we got this thing going.
Have you both confirmed that it is safe? Okay. Could you stand back a little bit, Detective Howard? I want you to be where the jury can all see you. I want you to step a little bit this way. Ms. Fiedler, can you tell us in your own words, and I'll try and have Detective Howard sort of demonstrate, how was the defendant holding that AR-15 when he was on the 59th Street property, if you know?
Well, the strap was over his shoulder.
Okay.
Yep, on your neck.
Would the gun hang loose, or would he hold on to it?
Just like that.
Okay. So holding it with his right hand on the pistol grip,
Yes.
and sometimes holding it with his left hand or not?
That could be, I don't recall.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how.
But when it came time for him to help someone out, he took it off and asked you to hold on to it? Is that
Yes.
right? Okay. Thank you, Detective. You indicated that there was a time in which some females came to the property and were taunting you. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes.
And you indicated that they were chanting Black Lives Matter at you?
Yes.
And you took that to be them taunting you?
No, they were saying other things.
You'd agree with me, though, the only thing you've told us so far is the words Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but I could go into the whole story, but we'd be here for a while.
You also said that there was a man wearing yellow pants who jumped up on a car. Is
Yes.
that right? Was that one of the cars that was on the lot?
Yes.
And the members of your group told him to get off the car, didn't
Yes.
they? And in fact, pointed a gun at him while telling him to do that, correct?
Yeah, he pointed his gun at us first.
Oh, the man in the yellow pants had a gun?
Yes, he had a gun. He
And
had
then,
a couple guns.
And then your group pointed guns back at him.
I don't know who pointed a gun at him. I don't know if they did or not. I didn't. I was busy watching my areas.
So you indicated earlier that you brought along your pistol to protect yourself and property. Is that right?
Yes.
How are you going to use it to protect property?
It is lawful to be armed while protecting
question.
one's property. It is not lawful to use deadly force in the protection of property. And it's important that we not get confused.
And I'm not trying to confuse the issue, Your Honor. I'm asking how she was planning on using the pistol to protect the property. I think I was going to come back to it. How are you going to use that pistol to protect property?
Like I said, it's a deterrent.
You weren't planning on firing it to protect property, were you?
No.
You weren't planning on aiming it at anyone to protect property, were you?
No.
You indicated that Mr. Rosenbaum made some statements, and I'm not going to repeat them all, but you indicated that no one in your group responded to anything he said. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's very fair.
You said you pretty much have to ignore that, correct?
Yes.
It's fair to say you didn't consider him an actual threat to your safety at that moment, did you?
Not for the distance, and for the group that was around, no.
Mr. Lukowski characterized him as a babbling idiot. Would you agree with that?
I didn't hear him babbling. I just heard him, well, I don't know if babble's a good word, if I may. He was just bitching.
He was a little guy, right?
I thought he was like the same height I am, but
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4.5".
You said Mr. Rosenbaum's arm went up, and he might have thrown something, but you have no idea what it was, correct?
Correct.
You were then asked about a period of time in which the Kenosha police pushed the crowd past the 59th Street location. Do you remember that part of the evening?
Yes.
And this is the time period when the defendant has gone south of 60th, and you said he tried to come back at one point, etc. Do you remember that time period in the
Yes,
evening?
yes.
There were no protesters around 59th Street after the police pushed them back at that time, correct?
That's not totally true. There was an empty lot directly across the street from us, and there were protesters that were walking on the other side of the Bearcats. The police were screaming at them to get away from there, and they just kept walking.
Okay, Eden Diaz tipped 223. What about buttholes? I guess this was earlier.
You got to figure out what's inside of those.
I wonder what's inside that
Buttholes
butthole.
again.
All of them. All the buttholes.
After the police pushed the crowd south.
Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just load gross quotes in because that'll take us to the top of the hour. What I want to focus on with this guy. Y'all see it still?
Yeah.
Everything's working. I'm amazed.
Mm-hmm.
See, all right. I had to close out. I know restream. No, I had to turn off the restream chat.
Oh,
right. And everything's working.
Priority.
It's got there's a heavy duty script running there. I don't know what's going on, but you you can tell it. Anyway, and we'll go with gross quotes. All right, I want to be at the 110. All right, we'll go through the. Okay. So this will be about 20 minutes. So this will take us over the top of the hour, and then we'll scoot over to Odyssey and to Twitch.
Have contact with people who were carrying the woman, you had said?
Yes.
Okay. And now, to be fair, you didn't think he was doing work as an EMT properly, right?
In that instance?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that you thought he was doing it? How did you think he was doing it?
I hadn't even observed the defendant administer anything, so at that point...
You didn't see him threaten anybody, right?
No, I did not.
You didn't see him point his gun at anyone?
No, I did not.
Didn't see him raising his voice in an agitated manner or anything like that?
No, I did not.
Okay. And I know you said that you heard people say something along the lines of, don't go to them. Do you help her out?
No, I do not.
Okay. Now, later on, 31 minutes. 31:00. Later on, you see him walking, would that be fair, right? You can play from right there.
Looks like the Boogaloo Boys, Middle Boys rolling up. Two right there. Two right there.
Yep. We're out of video again.
Correct.
It's not showing us the video.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, medics, you can go home.
Audio. We can hear it, but it's
You
just
might
a
need
gray
to
screen.
refresh.
Yeah.
Because I haven't. I don't know.
Here it goes. There we go.
We're off and on.
Fucking stooge. And that's you, right?
Speaking?
Yeah.
That is correct.
So you say you can go home, you fucking stooge. Right?
Correct.
Okay. He didn't do anything to you, did he?
No.
You didn't see him threaten anyone, did you?
No, I did not.
You didn't see him act aggressive toward anyone, did you?
No, I did not.
In fact, again, whether you agree that he's a medic or not, he's asking people if they need help. Agreed?
That is correct.
Okay. Then, 5728. Mr. Banger had asked you about this one, and this is the time that Mr. Rittenhouse, you videotaped him. That's not right, that's good.
Hey, your job isn't to be in the streets. You gotta stay on the property. That's why you got problems already with people.
So you see him pulling a dumpster out of the road, right?
Correct.
And you'd agree on normal situation, a dumpster's not supposed to be in the road.
In normal situations, yes.
And you hear somebody telling him, hey, that's not your job. You're not to do that, right?
That is correct.
He doesn't react to that person at all, does he?
No, he does not.
He doesn't threaten that person in any way?
No, he does not.
He doesn't point his firearm at that person?
No, he does not.
To be fair, he ignores that person.
Horrifically.
Is a fair way of putting it.
Okay. And in terms of the next time you really see him is your contact with him on Sheridan Road after the shooting of Joseph Rosenbaum, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you were asked, were you armed with a firearm, and you said that you were, right? Mr. Banger said, what do you bring? And you said keys, wallet, whatever else, and a gun, right?
I did say that, yeah.
Kind of standard operating procedure for you out in the summer of 2020?
Not just the summer of 2020.
Oh, so you had carried your firearm at times previous to that?
That's correct.
And you're doing that for personal protection, correct?
Correct.
And you're carrying it concealed, are you not?
That is correct.
It's unlawful for you to carry it concealed. Is that not true?
Unlawful?
Yeah, you can't carry a concealed weapon without a CCW permit, right?
That is correct, yes.
You have to open carry. You have to have, you're talking about people with their guns out, you have to carry it with it out if you don't have a CCW permit, right?
That is correct.
And you didn't have a CCW permit, did you?
I did have a CCW
It
permit.
wasn't valid, correct?
After the fact, yes, I found out that it was not valid.
So have you been charged for unlawfully carrying a firearm?
No, I have not.
So you're carrying a gun for protection in your, if I have it right, back here, right?
That is correct.
And I'm motioning into my belt area.
Correct.
Okay. Now, your first contact with Mr. Rittenhouse, I think you had testified that you believed that he said to you that he was going to the police, or that he was working with the police, right?
That is correct.
Well, on your statement on the 26th, which is the first statement you gave to law enforcement, right?
Correct.
You told law enforcement, I heard the guy say, quote, that he pulled the gun on me first, unquote, right?
That is correct.
So you never say to the police during your interview, he told me he was working with you guys. You never tell them that, do you?
That is correct.
So when you make contact with Mr. Rittenhouse, tell me if this is fair. And I'm not, Mr. Binger's asked witnesses to do this, so I'm going to ask you to do the same. You've probably watched videos, you've probably seen all this. I'm asking you to put yourself back there at that time, okay? You know shots are fired, right?
Correct.
Okay. And the only information that you have is Mr. Rittenhouse saying, according to you, he pulled the gun on me first, right?
Correct.
And based on that, you believe there's an active shooter.
Not solely on that, but yes.
You don't have any information, correct?
I had minimal information.
And in fact, what he says to you was, I'm going to the police, correct?
That is correct.
And he's running toward the police, isn't he?
That is correct.
Okay. So what you, and tell me if this is right. You have no idea what happened with Mr. Rosenbaum, do you?
Apart from, no.
No. On that day.
Correct.
And he tells you, he's running, and he tells you, whatever he tells you, I'm going to the police, or what you think is, he pulled the gun first, and he's running away from you, right? He's running north on Sheridan Road. Yes?
Correct.
And he's running away from where you're standing, true?
Correct.
You, at that point, pull a firearm out from your belt and begin to chase him, true?
That is not true.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit 35. You take a peek at that for a second. That's a picture of you, is that right?
On the right-hand side with the blue cap and...
Yeah. You can look there where this is you, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you're digging into your waistband in the back, are you not?
Yes.
That's where your gun is located, is it not?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you see Kyle Rittenhouse in this picture?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So, if we can be fair here, this isn't him, right?
No, it is not.
Then you don't believe that's him?
I don't believe so, no.
And you'd agree none of these other people are him either?
I think that's a fair thing to say, yes.
Okay. What do you think, to the best of your ability, how far that guy's headed?
It'd be hard to tell, but based on what I can see here, maybe 30 feet.
Okay. So, you believe, based on this, Mr. Rittenhouse is more than 30 feet ahead of you because he's not behind that guy, right?
Yes.
So he's 30 feet, at least 30 feet ahead of you. You look like at that point you're moving. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So with him 30 feet ahead of you, running away from you, at that point you pull your firearm and begin to chase him, correct?
No.
You don't begin to chase him?
Nope. No, I do not.
You head in the direction that he's running. Yes?
Correct.
But you just happen to be running in that direction? It has nothing to do with Kyle Rittenhouse running in that direction?
No, it does have to do with the defendant running in that direction, yes.
Okay. So you are trying to chase him down?
No.
You can hear people yelling at that point. Get him, get his ass, things like that, right?
That is correct, yes.
Did you hear, there's one that I've heard on this, and I don't know if you've heard it. Cranium that boy. Did you hear that?
I've heard it after the fact. In that moment, I do not recall hearing that, no.
Okay. But you acknowledge you hear get him and get his ass.
Correct, I do.
Okay. So, fair at that point, you believe those people are chasing him down.
Yes, I do.
And I'm going to use the word mob, you use whatever word you want. It's getting bigger as they're running, isn't it? More people are joining this.
I think that's a fair thing to say.
And you believe, well, tell me if this is true. You were concerned for Kyle Rittenhouse's safety.
Yes, I was.
You were concerned because you saw, and I'm going to refer to him as the only way we refer to him, jump kick man. So you see this guy kick him in the face. True?
I did not see Jump Kick Man kick him in the face.
You see him attempt to kick him in the face?
From my perspective, I didn't see any specific motion regarding kicking, but it is fair to say that I did observe Jump Kick Man going over the defendant.
Okay. And he's going, if you remember, he's going over the defendant with his foot in the air, correct?
I don't recall that.
You have a picture of it?
How else you gonna go over the defendant?
And before I bring it up, to be fair,
Leave
you're
the
making up
feet
ground
behind on the ground
correct, as
and
you're
jump with the
running in
rest
his
of your
direction.
body.
Correct, correct.
Okay, you
They're
actually
detachable, you know.
come up to, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Detachable penis.
Smoking pancake.
The silence, man, you could hear a pin drop right now in that courtroom.
Yeah.
You can hear careers ending in that courtroom.
Yes.
I see Kyle.
Yeah.
You guys see Kyle?
Y'all see Kyle?
Yeah. Like, did you guys see his testimony?
Yeah, I see Kyle.
It's just
I saw
like,
a portion of it. I didn't
he's
watch
just-
the whole thing.
You see that going on, correct?
He
Correct.
just
Okay, so-
looks like a baby.
If we're being honest with one another, he appears to be trying to kick him in the face, right?
In this photograph, yes.
Okay. How far away from this when it's going on are you?
I don't recall how far away I was exactly when this action occurred.
You're a matter of feet, right?
I think that's a fair thing to say.
Okay.
Close.
All right, and you're seeing this, so you are having some concern, maybe as a medic or while you're training, that Kyle Rittenhouse is in physical danger. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So, and you believe he's in physical danger because he's being attacked, right? That's fair.
That's a fair thing to say, yes.
Okay. So you see this, then you see. Can you bring up the Huber picture, please? Then you see Mr. Then you know you didn't know it then, but you know now that's Anthony Huber, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you saw this happening, right?
Correct.
And it was no more from me to you away probably at that point, true?
I don't recall, but it's probably fair. Yes.
And in fact, you had mentioned to the officers that you even recalled Mr. Huber holding onto the trucks of that skateboard when he was striking him, right?
Correct.
And that, to be fair, as a medic, that concerned you, did it not?
I think anytime that there's a risk of head trauma, it's a risk.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So, you believe in this picture, one of the reasons you wanted to intervene was you believe that Mr. Rittenhouse was in danger of being seriously hurt, right?
In part, yes.
And you had mentioned to the police that evening that you tried telling Mr. Huber, you just said the guy, but you tried telling the guy to stop hitting him with the skateboard. Is that right?
That is what I put in my statement, yes.
Is that true?
With the benefit of hindsight, I don't believe that to be true, no.
Okay, so when you told that to the police that you told the guy with the skateboard to stop hitting him, that's not correct, that's not true.
That is correct.
Lies.
I agreed to lots.
Now, your original statement then to the police was, I tried telling the guy to stop hitting him with the skateboard. The guy on the ground then turned over, racked the weapon, and pointed his gun at me and shot me, right?
That is correct, yes.
You omitted the idea. You omitted the fact that you ran up on him and had a Glock pistol in your hand, right? You left that out.
Correct.
Would you think in a case where you are shot, that providing the police information that you were actually possessing a firearm at the time would be relevant?
I think that's fair, yes.
Okay. But you didn't think it was relevant to tell him that day, correct?
It's not that I didn't think it wasn't relevant. After the defendant had shot me, I had just gotten out of surgery when the Kenosha police officers had arrived and just gone through one of the most traumatic experiences in my life, both emotionally and physically. I just gotten out of surgery. I had just been sedated. I was on pain meds. So,
I'm sorry, I don't want to
Excuses.
It wouldn't have been a purposeful omission.
Yeah, and he was on Facebook the next day saying that he was going to unload that clip into that dude's dome.
Right.
Right?
I want, like I said in chat, I wonder if he got shot in the same arm that he beat his girlfriend with.
I saw that trippy.
Good joke. What about yours,
Yeah.
Roasted? What's your joke?
I think he's right-handed or was.
Well, he is now.
Lawyer. I keep going back to that. I'd be like,
He definitely came up on Kyle armed and left disarmed.
Indeed.
Oh.
All right, let's keep right. There's a couple other things I want y'all to hear about this dude. We got about 10 more minutes of his testimony, but I mean, it's like I had downloaded it, and I was watching a bunch of other shit, man, and I, I knew that a lot of people had covered this, but I mean, Jesus, listen to this shit.
You were asked at that same statement what you did for work, and you refused to answer that, right?
That's correct.
So you made a conscious decision to not answer that.
That's correct.
You weren't so drugged that you couldn't answer that question, right?
I refused because I was worried for my safety.
My point is that you had a thoughtful process not to answer that. True?
That's correct.
You told this officer specifically what Mr. Rittenhouse was wearing, correct?
That's correct.
You had a thoughtful process. Even though you just got out of surgery and were drugged and whatever else was going on, which I understand, you were still able to answer all those questions to the best of your ability, and they were accurate, right?
To the best of my ability, yes.
Okay. So the fact that you failed to mention that you possessed a firearm when you were shot and that you dropped it, were those things that you forgot because of your medication?
I would say not only the medication, but also the traumatic experience that I'd just gone through.
And you understand it's the only information that you appear to have forgotten that puts you with a gun directly in front of
Actually
you.
look like a loud piece of
That is correct.
Now, you are also then interviewed again by law enforcement in September. Is that right?
That is correct.
You bring your lawyer.
Correct.
Mr. Binger's there?
Not in person.
Okay, but he's present in there.
He was attending the meeting, yes.
And there were three.
Sorry, he was present via Zoom.
Okay, and there were a total, if you remember, 3 prosecutors present, right?
The only 2 people who I were aware were their official capacity was the lead detective, Ben Anturanian, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and then Mr. Binger. But as for the other people, I'm sure they mentioned their names, but those were the 2 people that stuck out, I guess I should say.
So the people that you recall, Detective Anturanian, Mr. Binger, your lawyer, and you.
The expression of Binger's face is just like a dachshund trying to watch TV. I mean, he looks like he doesn't have a fucking clue.
He's just like, can you just let me down from here, please?
Well,
am I done? Thank you.
Well, usually a case this big, the actual district attorney would usually take this.
That dude really does look like Justin Hammer from the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, maybe.
You probably have to rewatch him, but he looks just like that guy.
I think so too.
What's that actor's name? I can't remember his name.
I'm not sure, but Madness was saying the same in the chat.
Yeah, he's right.
He said knock off Justin Hammer.
You are right, Madness.
Correct.
And you were asked on that day, which would be, that would be your second statement.
Sam
you were asked about what
Rockwell.
happened, right?
Correct.
Sam Rockwell.
And had you viewed some of the video between the shooting and the interview that you gave on, I think it was the 24th of September?
I can't say for sure, but I would say it's a very fair guess that I had at least seen something at that point, or by that point.
And in that interview, you don't answer any questions about the shooting, do you?
No, I do not.
This lead detective on a homicide case, where you are also shot, is trying to gather information to figure out exactly what went on, and you refuse to answer questions about that, right?
Specifically about the shooting?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Was that your decision or your lawyer's decision?
That was the advice that my counsel gave me.
So your counsel wouldn't let you answer questions about your involvement, true?
I wouldn't say that she wouldn't let me, but she advised against it.
So your statements about what actually happened, the first time that we're getting an insight as to what actually happened is today, right?
I don't think that's accurate.
Well, on the 24th, you refused to answer questions, right?
The 24th of
September.
Correct.
And the day after the incident, you acknowledge you left out the fact that you even had a gun, right?
That's correct.
You were asked, Mr. Bringer asked you about this, you were asked for permission to look through your phone, right?
I do recall that, yes.
You never actually gave your phone to Detective Antaramian to look through, did you?
My phone was picked up off the street the night of the 25th. So, no, I didn't give my phone to anybody. Somebody, and I'm assuming a police officer had picked it up.
My question to you, that wasn't my question. My question to you was, Detective Antaramian asked you for permission to look through your phone, and you never gave him your phone. True?
I never gave him permission to look through my phone, no.
Are you aware that he had a search warrant for your phone?
No, I was not.
So, if I can, Mr. Groskridge, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the video, okay? Are we going to
I haven't been notified that the lunch is here, but
I got a couple of messages.
you heard what?
15-20 minutes. I sent
From
you.
now?
Yes.
Okay, it's up to you.
Well, are you fine with time?
You had asked for 12 to 1. You were in the middle of an examination, so I will. I'll hear from you guys as to what you want to do.
If it's not here, I'm fine. I'm ready to continue. I just didn't know if you had problems. Something for an hour.
And the judge
Okay,
has been a
I'll give you an
boss
hour
in
whenever
this
we
thing,
stop.
man.
Thank you. Okay.
It's been very fair.
Okay, go ahead. Now, you see that? This isn't you, but you see this gentleman right here?
I do.
Would you like Sister Mercy and Spider? It's up to you. I don't. You're welcome to use your glasses if you want.
He's got it.
Oh, he's got it.
See this gentleman right here, right?
I do.
Okay, now you agree he advanced on what ran after came up to Mr. Rittenhouse, right?
Can you rewind just slightly?
Can you just go back 10, please?
That's kick, dude.
You agree that he runs up to Mr. Rittenhouse and then applies the brakes, right?
I do.
Okay, and you'd agree that he's feet meeting you away.
And it's a fair assessment, yes.
2-3 feet. He's advancing on Mr. Rittenhouse, and you'd agree he puts his hands up, and Mr. Rittenhouse never fires his gun. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, you're off screen here at this point, right? You haven't come into the frame yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. That is, for lack of a better term, this gentleman right here. This is Jump Kick Man, right?
I believe so, yes.
So, you can play it. So, you now see that Jump Kick Man kicked Mr. Rittenhouse in the face, and 2 shots are fired, correct?
With this video, yes.
Okay. You hear that, right?
In the moment, yes, I did hear it.
Okay. Now, if you can see, and we'll play it, I'm not trying to trick it. This is Mr. Huber, correct?
It is hard to see with whatever is blocking.
Play it for a second. Okay, that's Mr. Huber, right?
That is correct, yes.
Now, this person here that's just coming into the frame, that's you.
That is correct, yes.
And you are running, correct?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Now, you had originally said that you wanted, you were going to tell Mr. Huber to stop hitting him, but now you understand that you didn't say anything. You were just running, whatever word you want. You're moving towards Mr. Rittenhouse, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. We just heard a shot, yes?
Correct.
Okay. And to be fair, that you put on the brakes, right? You were running, you then almost stop in your tracks. Fair enough?
Correct.
Okay. And I don't know if your arms are up at that point, but it looks like you're kind of protecting your head at that point. Is that fair?
That is correct.
Okay. How far do you think you are away from him at that point, to the best of your ability?
I would say about there, between
Me and you?
you and I, correct.
So, 3 feet?
3-5.
Okay. Now, at that point, you have your hands up, right?
Yes, I do.
Now, you probably don't notice him at the time. This guy's holding up what looks like a wooden club or something.
Some sort of wooden object, yes.
Okay. So your hands are up, and at that point, he has not fired at you, correct?
No, he has not.
Okay. It's going to be quick. You would agree at this point, you are dropping your hands, you are loading your front foot, and you are moving toward Mr. Rittenhouse at that point, true?
Yes.
Okay. So, when you were shot, can you bring up the photo? You'd agree, and now wait, how close do you think you are to him at that point?
3 feet. If it was 5 feet before, it would. So
So tell me if I've got the lay of the land. At this point, you're holding a loaded chambered Glock 27 in your right hand. Yes?
that is correct, yes.
You are advancing on Mr. Rittenhouse, who is seated on his butt, right?
That is correct.
You're moving forward, and your right hand drops down with your gun. Your hands are no longer up, and now the gun is pointed in the direction of Mr. Rittenhouse. Agreed? I'll give you a picture. Maybe that'll help. What? What's the next one? These are records.
These happen, that's why.
So, Mr. Groskridge, I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit 67. That's a photo of you, yes?
Yes.
Okay. That's Mr. Rittenhouse?
Correct.
Okay. Now, you'd agree your firearm is pointed at Mr. Rittenhouse, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And once your firearm is pointed at Mr. Rittenhouse, that's when he fires his gun. Yes?
No.
So, look, I don't want to. Does this look like right now your arm is being shot?
That looks like my bicep being vaporized, yes.
Okay. And it's being vaporized because you're pointing your gun directly at him. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so when you were standing 3 to 5 feet from him with your arms up in the air, he never fired, right?
Correct.
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, that he fired, right?
Correct.
You had mentioned that you believe that he was re-racking. I don't know much about guns, but you had mentioned that you believe he was re-racking his gun or something, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Now, this is your. This is right. This is your tweet from November 5th. So, during this trial, you're tweeting out, yes?
Yes.
And you tweet out to whoever these people are. Make sure you look and listen for the defendant's firearm malfunction, and then you have a winky emoji face. Is that right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. So this is the 5th was yesterday.
That would have been Friday.
I'm slanted. So Friday at 7:45, you and what's the winky emoji face?
I believe that was in response to whoever the original poster is on there. I don't know what the original post was, but it was more than likely in response to this person's opinion that they had posted.
Now you had said that you were looking for a non-lethal way to end this interaction.
That is correct, yes.
Yet you pulled your gun out and began, I'm going to use the word chase, you began chasing or running after a man who was running away from you, correct?
That is correct.
Now, you had said, and you were asked about the do no harm and the tattoo on your arm and things like that, right? You have some regrets from that evening, don't you?
No.
Well, Jacob Marshall's your roommate, isn't he?
No, he's not.
He was your roommate, correct?
He was, yes.
And Jacob Marshall came to visit you in the hospital, is that right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And I know he's taken it down, but not before we saw it. He posted something on either Twitter or Facebook with you, right?
Correct.
Do you remember that?
Remember what?
The picture that you guys took in the hospital together?
Yes, I do.
We have time to get on a computer.
Him getting shot, you know, he thought he was like real badass.
Street cred, right?
Yeah. Lots of social medias out there.
We need to talk about this. So maybe we should. I assume you have more questions beyond this.
Not a ton, but we should probably get this cleared up.
Yeah, we might as well. Let's take a break. Please don't talk about the case during the break. I assume your lunch will be here shortly. Don't read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial. Okay, see you in a little bit. See you at about 1:15. Thank you.
Bam.
I'm not asking.
Well, sorry. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
He can deny it, right? And then I can call Mr. Marshall, which he was in court. Now he's under subpoena.
Oh, he's here.
Well, he.
You see the dude behind Kyle? Just wanted to point him out just for a second. Does anybody ever watch Doctor Who?
Yes.
Do you remember the bullet head dude?
Yeah. He looks like absorbable off.
Bullet head dude.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I don't watch Doctor
The dude
Who.
in the
but
in the black polo.
Humpty Dumpty-esque.
Yeah, all their entire race is about war, and they go.
Are you talking about that dude that looks like a lump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he has no neck and his shoulders are
Right next to the guy whose head takes about a 45-degree jaunt to his left.
Yeah.
You guys
Who
know
would
there's
say neck reveal?
there's barely too many
I love
white
it.
people in that courtroom. It's not diverse enough. They should cancel the whole court case. There's not enough black people and other races in the courtroom.
No, Trippy. No.
No, I should go on Twitter and say that and see if I get any likes.
You think you will? I think you will.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to go like. What if that goes viral? It's my like first tweet that gets a couple of fucking outside views, and then people are like, "Ah, look at SJW Trippy over there."
Okay,
I'm glad
I
you're
know.
showing this
I,
eye right. Just saying.
Joking.
I know what dude on the left, the one that keeps on wearing the great expressions, like he just crapped his pants. I know what his job is, and I know what Mr. Clean next to him his
The
job
defense
is.
lawyer?
Yeah,
With
I
the
know
black and yellow
what
tie.
these two guys are doing. Miss Cruella DeVille on the other end. What exactly is her job other than to hand over visual aids?
Is she the stenographer?
No, I think that's her job.
Or
Basically.
maybe, yeah,
Maybe.
media.
I think she monitors the microphones as well, because I think I saw her another time like placing one in front of the judge. So
She's a Wiccan.
just
You know what I keep thinking? Like their neckties, like one's a Hufflepuff and one's a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
oh my god, Ash. That's hilarious.
That one lady in the audience is wearing like the biggest fucking sweater.
Right.
Just sweater. It's
Yeah,
Daphne.
she's got a
man.
turtleneck and a half.
I don't know
doesn't
much
she?
about the Harry Potter everything, but I think I'd be a Ravenclaw.
You would be a Ravenclaw. You'd
Anybody-
definitely be a
Okay,
Ravenclaw.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What would I be?
You'd be a
notice?
Slytherin.
What? Oh, I'm a snake. You're saying
I'm a
snake-like.
Slytherin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a Slytherin.
Am I Ravenclaw because I'm derpy and like?
No,
what am I?
Ravenclaws are like the
Derpy.
really smart ones.
Did anybody notice?
Well, I
that-
mean,
that,
okay,
Rick from
pedantic
Pawn
or
Stars-
something. Never
Rick
mind.
from Pawn Stars is back there, y'all. You
I'll
see him?
send you like the house description.
What?
He's sitting over there.
What
I
is
said
that?
Rick from Pawn Stars is over there.
Yeah.
He's on the right in the in the audience. He looks like he's got a job at Pawn Stars. That's all I'm saying.
Are
And
you
he's
talking
over
about the guy in the
here.
black
Oh,
polo
yeah.
that we're already talking about?
The heavy dude with the
the nut
glasses.
act?
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
He totally looks like he belongs on the show.
Yeah.
It looks like a
sitting in the
cross
back
between
office.
Rick and Chumley,
Yeah.
right?
Rick Lee,
I can see
man.
that. I can see it.
We're taking a really good take on this, you guys.
Yeah.
We're on it.
Harry Potter houses, Pawn Stars.
And then the
Or
lady in
on
the far
something.
back,
Yeah.
lady in the
Right.
far back's like yelling at her husband. She's like, "You picked the fucking worst seats. I can barely see what's going on." And he's like, "You wore sunglasses indoors, dumbass."
Crazy. All right. Well, let's go ahead and I guess wrap up the show on these channels, and we'll pick it up on Twitch and on
Odyssey.
Odyssey's the Wild West, people. That's where the fun shit's going to start happening. I'm just saying. I predict it. I see it all. Karnak knows and sees all.
All right, you're interviewing AP, the cartoon character, on Sunday, right?
I sure as hell am.
Yeah.
That's right. So
We got an ad for that towards the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a community thing I got to put out about that anyway. But so let's give enough people a little bit of time to switch over. Got 10 at okay, and 5. All right, and we've got 20 watching here. Hop on over, y'all. Come on, let's do this thing.
Jump into Twitch or Odyssey, correct? Yeah.
I'm grabbing links. Here's the Odyssey link for the chat. Bam,
And I'll be
on
even
YouTube.
naughtier over there where I'm allowed.
Ooh.
I'll put the Odyssey link.
I don't
in
know what to
Twitch
say
too.
about that. I'm feeling weird.
Those others who don't have an Odyssey and just have a Twitch up. Oh, I already did it. He put the link for the Twitch in there in the YouTube chat.
I did it earlier too.
You know, I think Trippy would be a Hufflepuff and Roasted would be a Ravenclaw. Just saying.
I did the test once
And what are
online.
Yeah.
And I think
Did you say Roasted would be Hufflepuff?
No, he'd be a Ravenclaw.
Oh yeah,
I was
with
Ravenclaw.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Gryffindor.
The Brainiacs.
Yes.
According to that test online, I was a Ravenclaw.
I'm a nerd, and I'm on the spectrum. Maybe I don't know.
Get off it.
You're on the
I've
spectrum.
taken
We're
those
all on
tests
a
several
spectrum.
times.
Okay.
I've taken those online quizzes several times. They always put me in Gryffindor.
Bias.
He knows the
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say you know which ones to pick for Gryffindor. But okay, one of my favorite. Okay, Cobra Kai is like my favorite like new TV show, or like currently being made. And one of my favorite lines is from the first season. It's like an early episode when Hawk is still like Eli before he comes Hawk, and before he gets his confidence, you know. And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" Like Sensei Lawrence, like Johnny, right? And he's like, I don't know. My therapist says I might be on the spectrum. And he's like, well, get off it. I love it.
That's great. All right,
Yeah.
fam. All right, so I'm going to count down, and we're going to move the show to the other channels.
Nice. You got 17 on Twitch now.
Ah, fantastic. Start loading up, everybody. We're going to Twitch and to Odyssey.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Get over here. I've got 37 ribs.
All right, so meet us over there, and we're going in 3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2.
I
Trippy.